Okay. Check 1, check 2, man. Set something up. We are going live on this Thursday night. So yeah. Set up something behind, just in case I want something to look at. Purple game skill down. I am not watching that. Yeah. All right. Durante McDaniel. What about how you doing, bro? How's your family? I'm doing good. My family's doing good. I can't complain. Living out of 24. Cannot complain. So yeah. We got a lot of things to talk about today. I got like let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. Because some of these are together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's 6. Got 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces of news. 9 pieces of news, man. So we're going to give everybody at least 15 minutes for everybody to get in the stream. 15 minutes. Or 10. 10, yeah. We're going to wait for 10. Yeah, rant time with that boy Alex, baby. Yeah, before we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but we're gonna go over some news and notes first. We'll go over some WWE news. We'll go over some AEW news, and then we'll get on to the review side of things, and what would I do and all that other stuff. What's up, Alex? What's up, the Anime King? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, Thomas McKinley. I was definitely waiting for your rant for that TNT Championship last night. Oh, don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's coming here for. So yeah. But we'll get started once my stream hits the 10-minute mark. Then we'll jump in. We'll get started. So yeah. Because I have a lot to get into. It's my first stream on a Thursday in a minute because I've been so busy and haven't had the energy to come on Thursdays and stream, but I will work on that. So yeah. I think the time slots are going to be 7 o'clock. Going forward, 7 o'clock. So yeah. Hey man, I'm sad Darby Allin lost the title, but the match was great. At Silent Legend. Is Darby going to wear something? Yeah, I heard he was taking some time off. So maybe that's the case. But still, if you knew he was going to take time off soon, why did you give him the belt? I would have honestly never put the belt on Darby. If he was going away in about a month. What do you think will happen tomorrow? SmackDown? I don't know, man. Gotta come back, wait and see. Kevin Owens should not be on the show in any capacity. Like, bro, you got the beats from the bloodline. You should not be on the show. Um, so yeah. Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, they're gonna kick off their build to the Elimination Chamber tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. PSA, I will not be able to be live tomorrow for SmackDown because of business I gotta take care of. So I'll be. Don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm gonna try and do a double. I could get away with a Saturday afternoon stream if I wake up on time and get it out the way, because I want to be able to catch the Saturday. It's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna have 2 streams for y'all. So when I wake up, get myself together, I'll come out here. I'll do a stream. We'll talk about SmackDown, and then we take a couple hours off. We come back for NXT Vengeance Day. I will be covering NXT Vengeance Day. We'll go over some predictions tonight. We'll talk about it. So yeah, I haven't really kept up with NXT in a little bit, just because really nothing on there is really captivating me. Like nothing that's gonna make me go out the way and watch. But I do like some of the cast of characters. Who's gonna be in the next big things and all that. So yeah. But yes, I'll be live for NXT Vengeance Day on Saturday night, 6:55. Be sure to come join me. Got my Duke Blue Devils taking on North Carolina at 5:30 my time. One of the biggest college basketball games of the season. That's what I was trying to stream before that game, so I can get that out the way and I can focus on the game for a little bit. Even though I only get to be able to watch really 1 hour of it because it starts at 5:30 and NXT. Vengeance Day starts at 7 my time, so I'll only be able to watch 1 hour of the game, but I can finish with the game on my tablet on my iPad while I watch NXT. So game probably won't be over till 7:38 if you're talking. But it's gonna be a pretty big game for us on Saturday, man. It's really a huge test for this young team, this young Duke team, because majority of our players are freshmen, and we only have one returning player from last year, and I believe Jeremy Roach. So yeah, cannot wait for that game. So yeah. But this week, man, this week has gone pretty by fast. I don't know, man. Because, bro, it feels like yesterday was Monday, and then you wake up, and today is Thursday. Thursday night. Battle roll into Friday. Battle roll into the weekend, man. I just feel like this weekend has went. Time goes by fast, man. It really does. So yeah. One more minute, and I'll get started. I don't plan on keeping y'all in here for no more than, well, I don't know. So yeah. So yeah. Question: why wasn't Cora Jade on the Women's Royal Rumble? Good question, Durante. We'll get into that in a little bit. So yeah. All right. Welcome everybody to this Thursday night stream. Thursday night wrestling talk with your boy that boy Alex here. How's everybody's Thursday doing? My Thursday's been doing pretty good. Didn't have to do business today. Didn't have to really do anything. Sat at home. I chilled. Played the game. Can't complain. So yeah. I got some WWE news to go over from the Royal Rumble. Some more WWE news to go into WrestleMania. Got some AEW news to cover. Then I will get into the Dynamite review, what I thought of the show last night. So I will get into that in a little bit. So yeah, man. The reason why I chose to go live at 7 over, I mean, I know Impact airs at the same time, but realistically, people, they're not. My viewers are not checking for Impact. They're not. I'm just gonna be plain blunt honest. My viewers are not checking for Impact, so that's why I kind of stopped doing the Impact videos. Cause like my audience, unless I go to the show in person, like that's my audience is not going anywhere, and nobody's checking for Impact on a show that gets rarely over 100,000 viewers. Sometimes you'd be lucky. Impact is lucky if they get over 100,000 viewers, bro. But majority of the weeks, their shows pulling over 80,000 viewers, 90,000. They're not pulling in over 100,000 viewers on Access TV. And what the problem with Impact is, the TV deals hurt them. You got to get off Access TV. You have got to get it off Access TV and put it on a cable channel that everybody is going to can access, or go on a streaming deal. Put it on Hulu or something. Put it on Hulu. Put Impact on, I don't know. Put it on Stars or HBO Max or something. I don't know. Or put it on a streaming channel where everybody has it and they can stream it. Plain and simple. But realistically, none of my audience is checking for Impact, so that's why I don't do their videos unless I go to the shows in person. And honestly, I don't really keep up with. I haven't kept up with Impact in a while, so let me be blunt and honest. But yeah, we're not wasting any time. Let's move on. Anyways, let's just get straight to it, man. Tons of Royal Rumble news and notes. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble aftermath, man. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. Lots of news and notes for the Royal Rumble. This is coming from Fightful Select. As many have pointed out on Twitter, AEW star Ricky Starks was at WWE Royal Rumble. He remained close with Cody Rhodes and was at WrestleMania last year. This is not out of the ordinary at all. Dolph Ziggler was at the AEW LA show, and Britt Baker was at the NXT shows often when Adam Cole was there. Of course, people supporting one another. That doesn't really mean anything. I don't know why the IWC takes looks at these photos and takes shit out of context. So yeah. WWE had more media events in relation to Royal Rumble than any pay-per-view in recent memory. This included events with 2K, Special Olympics, and military. WWE were very happy with the numbers of the Royal Rumble and sent out press releases topping viewership and live gate records. The live gate was over 7.7 million. Big W. The company pushed hard to implement more sponsors for the show, which was evident on the broadcast. Triple H noted to media they doubled their previous high for sponsorship dollars for the Royal Rumble. We were told to expect this to continue. The Hardy performance was largely scuffed at by those we spoke to in the company, and it felt like it was compromised. People were unhappy with his performance, and let's be real, the music is trash. The music for the main roster pay-per-views, for the main roster, the NXT shows, they're just garbage. Like, I don't, that's not my kind of music. I don't even listen to that garbage. Please go find something else, man. I miss the days when, you had the hard music to the NXT TakeOver Black and Golds, and music for the main roster pay-per-views. We need to get that vibe back, man. So yeah. Pat McAfee was originally pitched for a Royal Rumble spot. As he confirmed our report, Michael Cole and Corey Graves both did not know that he was coming out. We were told that a private jet brought McAfee in the day of the show. WWE are hopeful that they can have him wrestle again this year. I can honestly see him wrestling again at WrestleMania. I don't know who, but I can honestly see him wrestling again at WrestleMania. I thought he was going to be in the Royal Rumble match before the show even started, but plans changed. So, but I can still see him having a role in WrestleMania and have him taking a part in WrestleMania. So I can see him doing that, or the next Saudi show that they do. So I can see Pat McAfee wrestling again in a few months, whether it's WrestleMania or Saudi or SummerSlam. I can I can see him taking part in a match, and I don't mind because the guy is freaking good at what he does. So yeah, Chelsea Green was not hidden and was at the venue throughout the day. She brought several different kinds of gear to the show. Chelsea Green, man, um, didn't like the way she debuted it. Like you just have her walk out there, and she gets eliminated in 5 seconds. Like she goes in the ring, gets eliminated. Like come on, what are we doing? And now she's portraying this Karen gimmick on TV. We don't know if she'll be on Monday Night Raw. She'll be on SmackDown. Now she was on Raw this past Monday. So she's not on SmackDown, then I'm assuming she's gonna be on Raw full time. So yeah. But hopefully Chelsea Green has a solid second run in WWE. You know, not everybody that comes back on the Triple H is gonna be successful. You know, some are gonna get lost in the shuffle. And we're already seeing that with some of the talent that they brought in. You know, like Amelia Yim, Council Ray, Emma. You can say Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis. Bronson Reed just got back, so he's exempt for right now. But I'll give it a couple more weeks and see where they're going with Bronson Reed. But he's going to be in the chamber match. So Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano in the same chamber match, hey, I got no problem with it. So yeah. But hopefully Chelsea Green has a solid second run in WWE, man. And you know, if some of the talent comes back and things don't work out for them in WWE, then you know you can at least come out and just say, "Hey, I tried." So, yeah. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows were not in town for the show. We're told that they were never planned for the event after AJ Styles' injury. So AJ Styles being taken out, I mean, really no creative plans for the tag team. I mean, you could put these guys in the tag team division while AJ Styles is gone. You know, Mia Yim is doing her own thing. She was in the OC, so why not the Good Brothers? You know, they do their own thing as a tag team. Cody Rhodes claimed that he wasn't officially cleared until the day of the Royal Rumble. I screamed BS on that. Those close to him had told us that he wasn't cleared as of last month when he went to the WWE Performance Center. I call BS on that. The NIL recruits had a big week with WWE. Several were at the Special Olympics event, a fireside chat and dinner, as well as the World Rumble itself. We spoke to someone in WWE that specifically spoke highly of Abby Jacobs. I don't know who that is. One source said they believe that she would transition to wrestling well if she goes that route. Okay, moving on. We're told that the Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens bloodline Sami Zayn was a curtain sell for many, and wrestlers and staff were crowded around the monitors in silence watching the angle play out. Guys, this is what happens when you have good, captivating television. When you have your own talent surrounded around the TV, watching the storyline angle play out. That just shows you how much care is into the storyline, and how great the storyline is, and how captivating it is. I don't hear many of these stories about curtain sellouts and wrestlers getting around the TV to watch a certain segment because it's not captivating. One source called the Royal Rumble backstage experience very laid back and noted that the children of mere wrestlers were backstage having fun. That's cool to hear. The pay-per-view went a little over time. It was scheduled for 4 hours. It ended up going about 12 minutes past that. Ronda Rousey was not expected for the show from the point that she lost the women's title. Good. Nobody cares. There was no realistic situation for Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock to have an in-ring face-off at the Royal Rumble. As some had inaccurately speculated, Austin had been pitched for several other things over recent months, and talks with The Rock hasn't went anywhere. Good. We don't need them. Sorry. All right. I gotta stick to the damn topic. Crap. Stuff just came in. I got some more Royal Rumble news that I'll get into. All right, update on NXT stars in the Royal Rumble. NXT stars returned to the Royal Rumble this year, but only on the women's side of things. Fightful Select reported last week that numerous women from the NXT roster were in town for the Royal Rumble, with 3 NXT talent appearing in the match itself. Shawn Michaels told Fightful Select today that WWE main roster higher-ups let NXT know who they wanted, and he provided feedback. They did make it known to NXT that they only needed female talent and were good on the men's side. Fightful had reported that WWE was more interested in unconventional surprises than bringing in past legends. Let me repeat that last line. Fightful had reported that WWE was more interested in unconventional surprises than bringing in past legends. Means they want to bring in the future of the company. They don't want to bring in all these legends. You know, the Royal Rumble for the past couple years has not felt special. It just hasn't, in my opinion. It hasn't felt special. You're bringing in all these legends that nobody cares about from the past. Now there's some that people care about, but you're just bringing in all these legends and you're not focusing on your future. Focus on your present. Work with what you got. You need to build new stars. You need to focus on the future of the company. And this is something that this company rarely ever does, is build new superstars. You know? You can't rely on the same people. You can't rely on your part-timers, and you can't rely on the Charlottes, the Beckys, the Baileys, the Biancas. You can't rely on those people. The talent's worn out. You know, NXT, and I wish there was NXT talent on the men's side. You know, I would love to see a Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble, Carmelo Hayes in the Royal Rumble, Grayson Waller, Cameron Grimes, who's overdue for the main roster. You know, Cameron Grimes. I would have liked to see who else? Tony D'Angelo in the Royal Rumble. I would have loved to see those guys in there. If it was up to me, I would have put those guys in there. Give them some spotlight. You know, Apollo Crews. You know, Apollo Crews went back down to NXT, reinvented himself. You know, give Apollo Crews some spotlight. You feel me? I just feel like tag teams in the Royal Rumble is just cannot do with that. Just can't. On the women's side, Roxanne Perez in the Royal Rumble, she didn't last that long, and I don't know why. I mean, they didn't want her getting hurt before the NXT title match, I'm hearing. Okay, so why are you putting her in the match then? If you didn't want her getting hurt. That's my question. You couldn't put Corey J in the Royal Rumble? And like, Roxanne didn't last long in the Royal Rumble. Indy Hartwell didn't last long in the Royal Rumble. Who else? Yeah. Those women didn't last long. You could have bring an Apple Fire. Isla Dawn. Happy birthday to her. Beautiful woman. Zoe Stark didn't last long in the Royal Rumble. So why can't you give those spots to Corey Jade? Corey Jade, Tiffany Stratton. Come on now. What are we doing? Tatum Paxley. Fallon Henley. Who else? Kiana James. You know, Nikita Lyons if she wasn't injured. So yeah. And I see a lot of people complain about, oh, there were no surprises, there were no legends. I'm like, who cares? Focus on your future. Because we need to be thinking long term. You need to be thinking right now who's going to be carrying your company in the next 10 to 15 or 20 years. Because these guys and girls cannot stick around forever. Focus on the future. We're told that Ivy Nile was also on scene at the Royal Rumble this year as the alternate if needed. Hey, why couldn't Ivy Nile? That's another woman that could have been in the Royal Rumble. Last year, WWE, but no. We chose Nia Jax over those women. Last year, WWE higher-ups drew a distant line in the sand and established that NXT talent would absolutely not be used, as they didn't want to mix WWE and NXT 2.0 talent at the time. As things stand, no NXT men have been used since Damian Priest in 2021, but that served as his call-up. Other than that, it was Matt Riddle in 2020 who lasted a matter of seconds. NXT had no say in how long anyone lasted in these Rumbles, of course. When we asked, we were told that nobody that appeared had their Rumble appearance serve as a call-up this year. Why are we not? What is Indy Hartwell doing down there in NXT? You're not. I don't see her winning the NXT Women's title. She's not going anywhere on the brand, to be honest. I mean, the people that Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory, Dexter Lumis, Candice LeRae, they're all on the main roster. They're all on Monday Night Raw. So why aren't you calling Indy up? Do you see anything? Do you see something in your heart on the main roster? Honestly, if Indy Hartwell was on the main roster, she would have been called up months ago. But I'm still trying to grasp why is Indy Hartwell not on the main roster? You can easily pair up with Candice LeRae, and you can build those two girls up to go after Dakota and Io for the tag team titles at Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania. To be honest, actually, let's give all four of these ladies a WrestleMania moment. Going out there on the biggest stage, going out there in front of 90,000, 100,000 fans, wrestling in front of that big crowd in SoFi Stadium. Let's give all four of those ladies a WrestleMania moment. And Candice and Ivy going over and taking the titles from Dakota and Io, and they will remember that moment. Those ladies will remember that moment for the rest of their lives. Being out there in front of 100,000, in front of 90,000, 100,000 fans, and those four ladies going out of wrestling in front of a big audience. And then when the draft comes up, you can send Io to SmackDown because I do want to break up Damage Control after WrestleMania. So you can send Io to SmackDown. Dakota and Bayley can stay on Raw, and they lose. Dakota and Io lose the tag team titles. What else is there for them to do? I'm not interested in seeing those two girls getting the titles back. It's time to strive bigger as solo acts. It's time to strive bigger. So when Dakota, if I'm booking WrestleMania, and one of my matches will be The Wave versus Damage Control, and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are taking those women's tag team titles from Dakota Kai and Io Sky, and then when the draft comes along, I'm sending Io to SmackDown, and she wishes Dakota and Bayley nothing but the best. Hey, I wish you nothing but the best. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm going to SmackDown. And then on Monday Night Raw, you can set up something captivating between Dakota and Bayley. And Dakota, the bitch that she is, can turn heel on Bayley. That brings Bayley back to a babyface. And we can get a huge storyline out of those two ladies. Between Dakota Kai versus Bayley. And Bayley can put over Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai can rise to stardom. Be trying to work on becoming that megastar. Dakota Kai could be a star in this company. You just got to give her the time of day and give her some ounce of good booking. So you can have her turn on Bayley, and then Dakota Kai can win the feud against Bayley. You can build her up. You can build her up to win money in the bank. And you can. And I don't know. I think Asuka would be the champion at the time. I wouldn't have her cash in on Asuka, but I don't know. I think Bayley should go back to a babyface, man. I think her days as a heel is just kind of really coming to an end for me. I like Bayley as a heel, but I think it's just time to switch something up, man. I think it's time for her to go back babyface. I think she will work out again as a babyface, in my opinion. So yeah. But moving on. Brock Lesnar. Oh boy, we got some news on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's unplanned spot got some heat backstage in WWE. No shit, no surprise. Brock Lesnar getting a little heat for a spot in this year's Royal Rumble match, we're told. Brock Lesnar had a brief but memorable Royal Rumble appearance with him eliminating several superstars before being tossed out himself. Afterwards, Lesnar destroyed the ringside area, lifting the stairs and tossing the referee over the barricade. Fightful has learned that some of the aftermath wasn't planned and caught a few by surprise. There were a couple people in the ring and ringside who weren't prepared for the stair spot and didn't know it was coming. The spot where Brock Lesnar threw a priest of the announce table inside the ring was also unplanned. One source said we knew a freak out was planned, and it's Brock. So expect anything and everything. So we seemed well there. However, the spot seemed to get Lesnar a bit of heat when an unplanned situation was when referee Eddie Orengo was thrown over the barricade. We're told that initially looked like he possibly sustained a foot injury, but we're not sure of the status of Orengo. He had to sell to the back, and we're told missed an integral spot towards the end of the match. It's worth noting that it's noteworthy that when Fightful was told about this and had it confirmed, one source said he is a related term for Brock Lesnar. Of course, no surprise. He's not going to get in trouble. No surprise. He's certainly not going to be fired like Crime Time was. It's a new regimen, new rules, and I'm not sure anyone involved was mad or not, but some people backstage were. Yeah, it's Brock. He's not going to get in trouble. Brock is not going to get in trouble. No, she will not go back to the hugger. No. Shawn Michaels. We'll get into him a little bit. Shawn Michaels. This is the Vengeance Day media call. This is coming from Shawn Michaels. He talks about taking NXT on the road, William Regal's return, NXT talent on the Rumble, main roster talent, NXT, Mandy Rose exit, who tells the talent when they work the main roster more. This is the Shawn Michaels Vengeance Day call. This is the media call, and we're going to get right into it. Shawn Michaels, head of creative for NXT, held a conference call with reporters today in advance of this weekend's Vengeance Day live event. Shawn talked about how this will be the first time we did it with video. He was trying to improve the process. He said he felt he should wear a jacket and look professional. Okay. Mike Johnson, a PWI insider. Mike also took a shot at himself. Love it. Mike asked about how things were going from a live event perspective. Shawn said it's gone well. They are expecting about 5,000 people at NXT Vengeance Day, which is close to capacity. He said that everyone is excited and a little nervous. It's a new crew taking the show on the road post-pandemic. He said that they're looking to have a blast and put on a fantastic show. As you guys know, this will be NXT's first pay-per-view back. Not in Florida. This is emanating from Charlotte, North Carolina at the Spectrum Arena, I think it is. And there are only 5,000 fans. And I hope from the time being for these pay-per-views like Vengeance Day, I know Stand and Deliver is going to be held in Los Angeles. Stand and Deliver. You got Stand and Deliver. You got In Your House. I hope those shows are not in the PC anymore. Now, the TV specials and all that can stay inside the PC. But the pay-per-views, the premium live events, get those out of the Performance Center. Put them in different venues. Put them in. And honestly, you can put them in. Try some bigger markets. Try Chicago. Try Houston. Try Dallas. Try New York. Get out and branch out. You're talking about getting NXT back on the road. Get out and branch out, man. Get to the bigger cities. See what you can do. And I know they do house shows, but they leave them like inside Florida. And I like that. I like the way they're doing that because the people that's not on TV yet, they're getting reps in. They're slowly knowing what to do. Their development, they're learning. And yeah. So it's always good to branch out and try new stuff, man. The next caller, this is what puts a smile on my face. The next caller came from New Zealand. He asked about Kota Kai and her jump to the main roster. HBK said that she's doing great up there, and that's no surprise to him. He's a big fan of Kota Kai. He said that he doesn't know if there is a tougher woman than her. She's getting what she deserves. Her and E are very talented, and they're doing great with Bayley. Big W from Shawn Michaels. Moving on. He was asked about having William Regal back. He said it's great. He hasn't been in Orlando that much since he's up working on the main roster. He's always welcome at the PC, of course. HBK said he's back where he belongs. He's an OG. His family, and they're glad he's there. He said they're looking forward to having more down in Orlando. He's currently adjusting to his new role. We already talked about NXT talents in the main roster. A caller from Australia put over Grayson Waller and compared him to Shawn Michaels. Can HBK relate to that attitude, and does he give him advice? HBK said they communicate a lot. They have a great relationship. Once he gets in that cage, it's up to him to deliver. He said he compares him to Carmelo. He saw the talent and pushed him as quickly as they could. He said that Waller is pretty much the same person in real life that you see on TV. He was asked about the status of Ilya Dragunov and Meiko Satomura. He said he loves having them there. Part of it is visa issues. Part of it is that it's a big move to come to America. A lot of it is it's up to the talent to want to make the move here long term. It's not an easy decision to make. So okay, so maybe they don't want to move down to the States and work WWE. And I get that. You got some of those wrestlers out there. They don't want you got to move your entire family from another country to another country long term. And some people might not want to do that. Maybe their wives or the husband. Maybe, and I know Bandito. He was in the same situation. WWE wanted to sign Bandito, but his wife wasn't interested in them relocating from Mexico to the States. And plus, if Bandito was on the main roster, Bandito wouldn't see his family as much as he could. And that's understandable. You go away from these countries, you can't see your family as much as you could. You be away from your wife, your kids, your brothers, and your sisters. Like, no. Some wrestlers do not want to do that. And some wrestlers rather stay overseas than in the States. Hell, if I was a wrestler overseas, I would stay overseas too, rather than move to the States. That WWE lifestyle is it's not easy. It's not easy. I think Pac in AEW resides overseas. I don't think he lives in the States. Same thing with I could be wrong on this, but same thing with Jamie Hayter. I don't think she resides in the States. And honestly, I don't blame him for not wanting to come to the States. I really don't. He was asked about New Day being in NXT is something that they asked for and then get it in sync with the main roster. They love having main roster talent because it helps them meet different ways. He also remembers that NXT is developmental and it's about teaching and development. It's great having New Day for that reason. They share wisdom with the wrestlers outside of the ring. He said that he expects the process to continue as all sides are invested in growing talent for the future. The next caller asked about Alba Fire and how he views her. He said he worked with her in the UK, and obviously he's a fan. He said that as time they get their own curveballs, so he has to hit as many of them as he can. He said that when there are name/character changes, you have to let them play out. He said that he thinks that the future is very bright for her. He said that being moved up isn't just about talent; it's also about a spot being there for talent. You just don't call him up with nothing planned. He said he hopes there will be some call-ups around WrestleMania, but it's not his call. Oh, Shawn Michaels, man. He said that being moved up isn't just about talent. It's also about a spot being there for talent. You just don't call them up with nothing planned. And I hope 3H takes note of this. Let me read that last line to y'all. You just don't call them up with nothing planned, meaning you don't come up to the main roster and you have nothing creatively planned. That's something that 3H can learn. Stop bringing all these people to the main roster with no plan. And this is the same thing his father-in-law would do. He would bring people up to the main roster with no plan, with no long-term plan. He would push you for about 2 weeks, and then you got missing for TV for 8 weeks, and then he buries you. The same thing with Triple H. He's bringing all his talent back, and he's inconsistent. He doesn't have a long-term plan for majority of these people. He doesn't have a follow-up. Moving on. Do not call these people up to the main roster without no long-term plan. Can you imagine when Roxanne comes to the main roster and she has nothing long-term plan? Or a Carmella Hayes or a Braun Breaker or a Tony D'Angelo? No long-term plans for these guys? That would be very messed up. You know what? The best main roster call-up so far has been Gunther. And honestly, Gunther has been the best main roster call-up that WWE has had since, I would legit honestly say Gunther has been the best WWE transition from NXT to the main roster since I would say since Kevin Owens. That I'm legit. I'm bold. I'm legit. Like Gunther has been the best WWE call up from NXT to the main roster since Kevin Owens, and that's crazy. It really is. Because you look at Kevin Owens when he first came in, attacked John Cena. Bro was a big deal his first night on the main roster. Gunther came in, he was a big deal first night on the main roster. Gunther has been undefeated on the main roster. Undefeated. Hasn't lost any matches. Has held the Intercontinental Championship for over 250 days. And there's been talks of him wanting to break the longest reigning IC title reign of all time, which I think it belongs to the Honky Tonk Man at 400 something days. And WWE is playing a three-way between Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. That's gonna be a great story to tell if they book it properly. But easily, 100%. I'm coming out here and I'm saying this right now. Gunther has been the best transition from NXT to the main roster since Kevin Owens. Hands down. And Solo Sikoa. I'll mention Solo Sikoa as well. But I say Gunther because he's been there longer than Solo Sikoa, of course. So yeah. He was asked about the status of NXT Europe. They are moving forward, putting the infrastructure in place. They are looking for venues and dates. He hopes to have an announcement in the next few months. They have meetings about it this week. He was asked if he was talking with Triple H about NXT call-ups. He said that he hopes to have those talks down the line. He said that he doesn't get to talk to Triple H that much due to schedules. There have been no information about it right now. This is a big year for Hunter and the company. He knows the pressure Triple H is under, so he's staying out of his hair and running NXT. When Triple H is ready to talk, he's there. Okay, so basically, hey, I don't want to bother Triple H. But he's trying to work some things out for the main roster. I'm gonna do my thing. He hits me up. I hit him right back. Simple as that. We already talked about that. Yeah, that's all I'm really getting to, but not bad. I got some news on Stone Cold Steve Austin and WrestleMania 39. Stone Cold Steve Austin not expected to wrestle at WrestleMania 39. It doesn't appear that Stone Cold Steve Austin will be in action at WrestleMania 39. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer provided an update on Austin's WrestleMania status. Meltzer stated that while Austin was offered matches for WrestleMania, Austin has turned down wrestling at the event. As far as Austin goes, Steve might be at the show. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Me neither. He might do something on the show, but he did in fact turn down wrestling at the show, Meltzer said. He was offered Brock Lesnar. He was offered Roman Reigns. He could have named his opponent if he wanted to do it with anybody else, but he did not choose to wrestle on the show. I honestly respect Austin's decision not to wrestle. I don't think he needs to. He definitely doesn't need to, 100%. Meltzer added that it's a similar situation regarding The Rock situation. Johnson didn't feel like he had the time to get into the type of shape he would need to be in for WrestleMania caliber main event this year. You were informed about this match 2 years ago. Meltzer said the door was open for Johnson to wrestle at WrestleMania 2024. I would not be interested in the Rock wrestling next year. Yeah, I'm not interested in the Rock wrestling at WrestleMania 40 next year, man. If he's not wrestling this year, I don't want to see it next year. And Stone Cold, man, I respect him, not wanting to wrestle at the event this year. He doesn't need to. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Brock Lesnar, a match that should have happened, 21 years ago? Too little, too late. Roman Reigns. No. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 60 plus years old. Maybe his body is telling him no. He doesn't need to go out there. You know, they could have. They probably threw it back at him to wrestle at one of these shows. But let's be real. Does Austin need to wrestle? No. Should he wrestle? No. And plus, that would be weird seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin job out to Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. Come on now. New lawsuit aims to bar Vince McMahon from serving on WWE. Boy, that's what I like to hear, my man. Woo! WWE is facing another lawsuit regarding Vince McMahon's return to the company. An article in Bloomberg on Wednesday revealed that a fourth lawsuit concerning the 77-year-old's return has been filed. Investor Dennis Palkin is seeking to obtain documents relating to WWE's internal investigations to allegations McMahon raped and sexually assaulted employees and contractors over the course of decades and paid $15 million in hush money to cover it up. There are serious questions about how Vince McMahon obtained and delivered those funds to his victims, the complaint reads. The suit also alleges that McMahon showed a flagrant disregard for basic corporate governance norms when he re-reported himself to the board on January 6, 2023. Vince McMahon removed 3 independent directors and reappointed himself as well as 2 of his longtime cronies. The suit continued. The impaired misconduct here is both myriad and extremely serious. The suit continues to state that the plaintiff intends to achieve what the board wanted to, but could not in light of Vince McMahon's thuggery. By initiating proceedings to bar Vince McMahon from ever serving on the WWE board again. Good. Meltzer said, this is coming from Wrestling Observer Radio, he's attempted to file a suit to initially bar Vince McMahon from being on the board of directors ever again. He's trying to get all the documentation of the investigation, and he's gotten some documentation, and he said that the documentation shows that Vince is a bad boy. Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? He's trying to get the complete investigation report that the board of directors did, and this was a report that the board of directors, when they did the report, thought that Vince should not be brought back because of what they found out. Meltzer also addressed the 2 lawsuits alleging McMahon violated legal technicalities when he rewrote the company's bylaws and threatened to not approve any new media rights deal if he was not brought back. While McMahon has since repealed the changes to the bylaws, plaintiffs are seeking a mootness fee for forcing his hand. The first 2 lawsuits are about to be closed down because they were lawsuits basically about Vince changing the bylaws and giving him more power. Basically controlling the board of directors. When Vince erased those things to the bylaws, those lawsuits kind of have to go away. Although they are still seeking settlements because they are claiming that they are the reason he did that. A third lawsuit was filed by a shareholder against alleging McMahon breached his I don't know how to pronounce that. Duties by paying to cover allegations against him. The law firm Bronson, Gurwitz and Grossman also released a statement on Tuesday announcing that they have launched an investigation into whether WWE has violated federal security laws. He needs to be in prison. Like, legit. Vince McMahon should have been in prison a long time ago. He should be in federal prison. He should be locked up. He should be locked away. He should be behind bars. Why is he still out here just roaming around thinking everything's good? I'm God. Vince McMahon is playing with God. That's just what it is. Vince McMahon has to go. He's mental. He is mental. Vince McMahon gotta go. Like, legit. He gotta go. I don't know what we still doing. Why is he still out here? Because the people that was at first gonna vote him out, they folded. They didn't stay 10 toes down. 10 toes down. They folded. And they let Vince back in. And now these lawsuits, the 4 lawsuits coming out against him, Okay, so how many more of these lawsuits are going to come? Just keep coming with the lawsuits. Keep coming with them. But Vince is still going to find a way to swerve around it. He's going to keep throwing money at all these women so they can shut up and go on about their lives. So that way the women won't tell on him, and that way he won't get in court and he'll get locked up. And he won't get locked up. When in reality, he should be behind bars. 12 should be carrying him out. He's sick. He's twisted. He's demented. He's mental. It's like a street dude still roaming around in the streets when he should be locked up for all the game banging charges that he made. That the street dude made. All the killings that he did. We get this man off the streets. Get him off the streets, man. Something will take him down. Something will take him down. He'll be locked up in federal prison. Vince McMahon should be behind bars. Vince McMahon cannot imagine. Bro, he's not no way, bro. He's not letting WrestleMania. Ain't no way. Ain't no way my son-in-law is booking a WrestleMania without me. Vince McMahon is turning to Antonio Brown. Vince McMahon needs to get up out the streets. You have got to get him up out the streets. Vince McMahon is like this game. He's like this game baron. He's like this game baron. That's murdering everybody, going around shooting, killing everybody, messing with the dope, the product. He can't stand WWE doing better without him. He can't. He can't stand his father. Well, and his son-in-law ain't no better, to be honest. But he can't stand his son-in-law producing shows without him. He has to get all the power. He's got that rage just inside his body. Vince would die trying to take over. He still wants to take over. He's either gonna take over or he's gonna die trying. Kind of like 50 Cent. Get rich or die trying. Take over or die trying. Vince McMahon would die trying to take over power. He would do anything in his power to get his way and to get back. You don't think Vince McMahon will get back in that creative chair, bro? You don't think he's doing everything? You don't think he's doing everything in his power to get back to the top, to get back to what he was doing, to get back to operating business the way he wants to operate business? You don't think this is all about that? Vince got a huge ego. Monday Night Raw scored a 2.1 in the ratings. I mean, folks, where's the lie? Monday Night Raw scored a 2. I believe they got a 2.5 in the. They were in the twos last week and this week. When was the last time Monday Night Raw went 2 straight weeks, pulling in 2 million in the ratings? When was the last time? I can't even think of last time. When Vince was in charge for the last couple years, Monday Night Raw was messing in the 1.8, 1.9s, 1.7s, 1.6, 1.5s, 1.4s. Raw was somewhat actually solid Monday. SmackDown did 2.5 last week. This week could do a 2.6 million post-Rumble episode because of what happened at the end. Monday Night Raw, when was the last time, if you could think with good memory, when was the last time Monday Night Raw put a 2 million in the ratings back-to-back weeks? With or without football? That's just downright crazy. If Vince was still there, if he was still wearing the shows, I guarantee you that show would be under 2 mil. That Raw started show that would have been up over 2 million. This week would have gone right back to under 1.9, 1.8. The last time they did that was in March 2020. So almost 3 years that Monday Night Raw reached 2 million for the first time in almost 3 years. Back-to-back weeks. And now SmackDown has a chance tomorrow night to draw in their biggest rating in a while. They're gonna break those records. Rewrite captivating television, the ratings will go up. As simple as that. You know, if SmackDown keeps captivating the audience, if they would captivate and bring in more storylines, I'm gonna make this bold prediction. But SmackDown realistically could be at 3 million. No BS. That show can literally be at 3 million. Remember before NFL, yeah, Raw ratings was picking up in August. Football ate them alive. But I'm not using football as an excuse. If you just produce good television, your ratings could be sky high doing football. The shows feel different when football isn't on. I'll say that. You see why you get the 2 million in the ratings back-to-back weeks? Because of the captivating television you put on. And the old man can't stay in that, bro. He can't stay in that. We'll get into the AEW ratings in a little bit. I'm gonna dive deep into that. I truly believe the people that watch AEW that stopped watching WWE have started checking out SmackDown Raw. Yeah, they could have came back to the product because look who's in the creative chair now. 3 H's. Guaranteeing Vince was still in that chair. That's Monday Night Raw will still be they'll be in the 1.5s. WWE Vice President confirms brands to sponsor match for WrestleMania. Another sponsor match. We got the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match on Saturday night. That wasn't good. Another sponsor match similar to the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match at Royal Rumble will be taking place at WrestleMania 39. The Hollywood Reporter published an article Thursday morning that sponsorship revenue for WrestleMania 39 currently stands at 14 and 15 million, which will be a new record for the event. Some of that revenue will come from a brand to sponsor match. WWE Senior Vice President of Health, Global Sales and Partnerships, Craig Stimmel, spoke with the outlet about the company's plans. I don't want to give away too much, but it'll be around a match and the sponsorship of that match and what they'll be able to bring to that match. He said, we're going to do things that fit inside of our storyline as well. WrestleMania 39 is also set to feature a sponsored post-event press conference. We're also going to have a post-match press conference that's going to be sponsored this year. You saw that with the Mountain Dew and Royal Rumble, but we're going to have that again at WrestleMania, Stimmel said. Pepsi, take 2. If you drink Pepsi, bro, something's wrong with you. Oh, God. Pepsi, Take 2, Mars, Snickers, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch are signed on to sponsor the event. Stimmel also says sponsorship revenue for WrestleMania 39 is already 43% higher than it was for WrestleMania 38. We're tracking actually exactly where we want to be going into the events. Stimmel says we've also got a diverse set of sponsors coming in. We've got snacks, we have beverages, among others, so it's really nice, diverse portfolio of brands that are joining in a myriad of ways. We're really getting a Cinnamon Toast Crunch sponsor match or a Pepsi sponsor match, bro. If you, my G, if you drink Pepsi, bro, we need to have a chat. We really do need to have a chat. Out here drinking Pepsi, man. Get out. Get up out of here with that, bro. If you drink Pepsi, my G, get up out of here. Snickers, I used to eat Snickers, but I can't eat them because I have a peanut allergy. So I can't eat those things. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though, my favorite cereal. WWE is trying to ruin my favorite cereal by putting them in as a sponsor match. Y'all know me, man. I'm a big Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is arguably one of my favorite cereals alongside Honey Nut Cheerios. But, man, you could have used another soda. You can't use Sprite? Fanta? I low-key think Fanta is, Fanta's all right. Sprite? You can't use Sprite. You can't use 7-Up. Canada Dry. Powerade. I love Powerade. But you drink, bro, Pepsi? Who drinks Pepsi? Seriously. Honey Nut Cheerios is my favorite cereal. Yeah, but enough with these sponsored matches. Like, seriously. The sponsor matches are terrible. It's not that good. Y'all don't put any effort into them. So what's the point? Seriously. Like, I don't get it. Pepsi. Bro, if you drinking Pepsi, my man, dog, you something wrong with you, bro. We're getting a Cinnamon Toast Crunch match, man. I can't believe it. Who's gonna be in? Who's even gonna be in a match? I don't want to see another Bray Wyatt suspension match because if you do it, then his character's gonna be dead. Oh God, Frosted Flakes is yeah. You eat Frosted Flakes? Get up out of here with that, man. A Hennessy match would be cool, but Hennessy? Oh, you can't go nothing wrong with that. Hennessy, you can't promote vodka, New Amsterdam. Come on now. Vodka, some type of alcohol drink. Bud Light, even though I don't drink beer. Bud Light, Budweiser, even Minute Maid lemonade. Why don't you just sponsor Minute Maid or something? I love Minute Maid. Frosted Flakes is my second favorite cereal after Honey Nut Cheerios. I couldn't eat. I stopped. I don't eat Frosted Flakes. Moving on. Kota Ibushi. I think that's all the WWE news for tonight. Kota Ibushi, a free agent. Kota Ibushi became a free agent at midnight Tokyo time and is now free to work anywhere he wants. Those that we spoke to say that there's major interest from a number of companies, with that varying from wanting him to sign full-time deals or even getting one-off appearances. Some contacts in each major companies are of the belief that Ibushi will want to remain a freelancer. Sources close to him said that he was very happy doing that before signing with New Japan. And New Japan was a live and learn situation. Ibushi has not confirmed that himself. The New Japan situation devolved not just because of him being asked to wrestle with an injured shoulder. We're told that there were a significant private matter that Ibushi was dealing with that we won't pry into. But that New Japan Pro Wrestling also wanted him to work through that didn't seem to help the relationship. Ibushi is confirmed for several GCW shows during WrestleMania week, which have been in the works since earlier this month. We're told the plan is for him to work a big main event at Spring Break with Joey Janela. He's not facing Joey Janela, but I don't know. So yeah, we have reached out to Ibushi directly, but haven't heard back as of yet. We're gonna talk about Kota Ibushi for a little bit. Kota Ibushi's first match back will be in GCW. He will be working a show called Bloodsport Spring Break. It will be Ibushi's first matches anywhere since October 2021. Kota Ibushi's return to the ring has been confirmed. GCW announced on Tuesday that the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion will compete at both Josh Barnett's Bloodsport on March 30th and Georgia Allen's Spring Break on March 31st as part of their collective weekend in Los Angeles. Dave Meltzer previously reported that the 40-year-old is set to become a free agent at the end of January. He's already a free agent. If he doesn't compete somewhere else before then, it would be Ibushi's first matches anywhere since the 2021 G1 Climax Final for New Japan Pro Wrestling when he lost to Kazuchika Okada. In that match, he dislocated his right shoulder that required the match to be stopped, which has kept him on the silence ever since. He was initially thought to be out for just 2 months. In December 2022, Meltzer reported that Ibushi's shoulder had been holding up well and doing some light training. That followed Ibushi saying in July 22 that his injury was getting worse. In May of 2022, Ibushi went public with his frustrations with New Japan Pro Wrestling management. He claimed an official was pushing him to return in December 2021 when he wasn't ready, and that his contract was threatened to be terminated as this official thought he was trying to get out of his deal. It was reported Ibushi was set to win the 2021 New Japan Cup as part of his return, but he was pulled by the front office due to medical concerns. The company held a press conference shortly after to get their side of the story, issuing apologies for themselves and on behalf of Ibushi, and that Ibushi will remain under contract. There was some talk at the press conference about Ibushi being under mental issues due to his mother attempted suicide, which Ibushi took umbrage with, resulted in New Japan needed to further clarify. In June, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced they would reduce Ibushi's pay by 10% for 3 months, in addition that of 2 New Japan Pro Wrestling officials over the incident. Damn, bro. I'm glad he got up out of there, man. I'm glad he's not with New Japan, and I'm glad he's a free man and he can do whatever he wants. And yeah, man, that's really, really messed up, man. I'm sorry for what he had to go through. But his first match back, man, I'm gonna tune into this show, man. I'm gonna tune into this show. His first match back, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 9. And his first match back is against Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm like, we're about to get a great one. We're about to get, what's that term everybody says? We're about to get a banger. We're about to get a banger. So I really hate using that word, to be honest, and that's starting to make me cringe and get on my nerves. But yeah, Kota Ibushi versus Speedball Mike Bailey will go at it on Thursday, March 30th. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'll be tuning in to watch it. Kota Ibushi and Speedball Mike Bailey will soon go at it. It was announced on Tuesday evening that Ibushi and Bailey will meet at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 9 on March 30th during WrestleMania weekend. It didn't take long for someone to step up to the challenge of Kota Ibushi. Barnett were on social media like lightning. Speedball has thrown his glove down and declared war. Early on Tuesday, George Allen announced that Ibushi would be at his Spring Break 7 event, which will take place the following day on March 31st. Bailey will also be on that show, taking on El Hilo del Vikino. Man, y'all want me watching GCW so bad, huh? Okay. I honestly might cover a GCW show during WrestleMania weekend. Bro, WrestleMania weekend gonna be huge for me, man. It's gonna be huge for a lot of content creators, man. You got March 31st, I'm gonna do Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Then Saturday, April 1st, I'm doing NXT Standard Delivery, and I'm doing WrestleMania Night 1. Sunday, I'm doing WrestleMania Night 2. Thursday, if I can get around it, we're gonna cover GCW. I want to make sure if y'all down with that. We're gonna cover GCW. We're gonna cover Kota Ibushi's first match back. So if y'all down with that, just let me know, man. Because I will live stream a GCW show if I have the time in the day to do it, depending on what I got going on. But Friday the 31st, I would definitely be available for Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. I would definitely be available for that show. And yeah, man, I can't wait. I wish I was down there for WrestleMania weekend, but maybe next year I'll be in Philadelphia for WrestleMania weekend. So yeah. But there'll be plenty of chances for me to go to Los Angeles. So yeah. New Japan Pro Wrestling announced on Tuesday that as of January 31st, Ibushi will be no longer under New Japan Pro Wrestling contract. He hasn't wrestled for the company since suffering a shoulder injury at the G1 Climax Finals in 2021 and had a public falling out with the company in 2022 with Ibushi calling out New Japan for pressuring him to return early for the injury, amongst others. Man, I can't wait. I legit can't wait, bro. Kota Ibushi thinks he'll talk with AEW after opening school in Japan. After spending a year and 4 months sidelined with a shoulder injury, Kota Ibushi is ready to resume his pro wrestling career. On Tuesday, GCW announced that Ibushi would take part in Bloodsport and Spring Break events over WrestleMania weekend. New Japan Pro Wrestling then released a statement that the 40-year-old is leaving the promotion and wished him well in his future endeavors. Ibushi spoke with Dark Purozu Flosion recently about his wrestling future. He was asked about how many factors into his decision to guard where he wants to wrestle. Ibushi responded about money. I think it's very much necessary, but for me, unnecessary. Excuse me. But for me, the things I care about and what's necessary for me are more important. So I don't want to be in a match without meaning. There aren't a lot of matches without meaning, but I think I'll show up in places in the future that truly and fully understand me. Ibushi was also asked about potential wrestling for AEW. He responded that he hopes to open a wrestling school in Japan before speaking with the promotion. Ibushi said, "A lot of my friends are in AEW, of course. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. My younger peers in Japan are also growing up there. Nothing less. I don't think of going to AEW immediately. I want to have a school in Japan. Once that's been worked out, I think I'll talk with AEW." Oh my God, bro. Kota Ibushi, he's more than likely gonna land it. There's no way. Ain't Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are going to vouch for Kota Ibushi to come to AEW. We are not stupid. Ibushi also commented on choosing Speedball Mike Bailey as his opponent for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. The match with Speedball Bailey was an important match for my comeback match after 1 year and 4 months. I chose him. I'm really looking forward to it. During his time in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ibushi was a one-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, one-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, two-time Intercontinental Champion, one-time Never Openweight Champion, three-time Junior Heavyweight Champion, 2011 Best of Super Juniors winner, 2015 New Japan winner, and won the G1 Climax in 2019 and 2020. And he also won the Junior Heavyweight Tag titles once along Kenny Omega, and the Heavyweight titles once along with Hiroshi Tanahashi. AEW's Tony Khan talking to Kota Ibushi is something we would have to consider. AEW and Ring of Honor head of creative Tony Khan is no stranger to signing free agent talent. So know that former New Japan star Kota Ibushi has no contract at home. Khan is interested in talking with him. During his weekly appearance on Busted Open Radio Wednesday, Khan was asked about Ibushi and his process when someone like that becomes available. There are lots of great free agents in the world of pro wrestling, but certainly Kota Ibushi is a great talent. When you have a name like that, that is certainly somebody everybody in the world of pro wrestling would be very fortunate to have in their promotion. We really wanted to work with him in the past, so I think that is certainly something we have to consider. Ibushi said in the interview that he thinks he will talk with AEW, but only after opening up a wrestling school in Japan. So yeah. Guys, Kota Ibushi is going to be with AEW. No ifs, ands, or buts. They're going to give him whatever he wants. And you'll be seeing him on Dynamite on Wednesday nights. Kota Ibushi, guys, Kota Ibushi's not going to sign a contract with WWE. He damn sure ain't going to WWE. You know, the way they treat some of the Japanese talent down there, and then Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks going at it. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks was going at it. There's a brawl going on. Okay. Wow. Oh, boy. Oh, man. What's going on? PA announcer saying, please remain in your seats.
It's going to take some time to sort out. As you can see, it was Mitchell and Brooks with the shot by Donovan. You can see the ensuing melee.
And I believe that gentleman in the gray who grabbed Brooks and took him to the ground was Grizzlies personnel. There was the ball thrown and then the shove by Mitchell. This has kind of been brewing on all game. They had words earlier in the first quarter, and this is history because remember Mitchell was in the West with Utah, so they've seen each other a lot. Mitchell threw the ball and then came up and shoved him and then threw him down. But clearly, to me, Mitchell was the aggressor just by looking at it initially. Yeah, there's the block shot by Mobley. See, to me, that was an inadvertent. I do not think Brooks was trying to hit Donovan Mitchell below the belt. The block by Mobley.
I have the Grizzlies and Cavaliers game on TV, and Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks was going at it. Brawl broke out. So yeah. All right, back to what I was saying. Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi's gonna be on AEW. I think he's coming in. The next Forbidden Door show they do, there will most likely be a Forbidden Door 2 this year. When Forbidden Door 2 comes around, best believe Kota Ibushi gonna be on that show. Best believe. No ifs, ands, or buts. He'll be part of that Forbidden Door show on the AEW side. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are going to vouch for Kota Ibushi. They're not stupid. They're gonna vouch for Kota Ibushi to come in, and bro, the Golden Lovers can be back together. Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, they're gonna be back together. Kota Ibushi's not gonna sign a contract with WWE. You're not gonna see Kota Ibushi. For all you Impact guys out there.
Along with the group back in the
Hold on.
replay center and decipher what should go on. John Washington and Sean Wright again at the motion.
But also, too, this happened right on the sideline.
For all you Impact guys out there, Kota Ibushi's not gonna go to Impact. I mean, they can't even afford Kota Ibushi? Probably not. So Kota Ibushi's you're not gonna see Kota Ibushi on Impact. I mean, granted, I know it'd be cool, but let's be real. Kota Ibushi going on Access TV to wrestle in front of who? Like 30 people? No.
These two teams only play each other twice a year, but you made a very good point. Mitchell from the Western Conference, who was traded here in early September.
He's used to
Cleveland.
Yeah.
He knows
he has history.
This Grizzly team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. You're not gonna see Kota Ibushi go to Impact. The only major promotion that he's showing up at is AEW. And I'm gonna say the same thing.
Donovan Mitchell, who is a all-star starter in his first year at the Cavs. And he and Brooks.
Well, you got to assume that they're both going to be ejected.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be.
I mean, this is almost an easy.
Okay, so both guys are gonna be injected. But yeah, it's the same thing with Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné is probably gonna be a freelancer. She's not gonna be tied down to anybody. So Kota Ibushi and Mercedes Moné are in the same position. They're not gonna sign contracts with anybody. Mercedes, she's doing her thing in New Japan. She'll probably end up being in AEW sometime soon for the AEW Outsiders versus Homegrown People thing. She'll probably be a part of that storyline. She'll be a part of the first ever AEW Women Blood and Guts match. She'll probably be a part of that on the outsider side. With Saraya, Toni Storm, I don't know who else will be a part of this storyline. Ruby Soho, Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa. They'll be a part of it.
The ball at Brooks after the foul, therefore he's ejected. And Brooks is also ejected. He said it then that Brooks is also ejected.
What I took away from that too is that.
Okay, so Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks got ejected. No, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah. Man, this is crazy. Guys, if you told me a year ago that Kota Ibushi and Mercedes Moné was gonna be in AEW, I would have think you'd be capping. But no, I can actually see this happening. And you know, Mercedes, I don't see Mercedes going back to WWE. For what? What are you going back for? It's the same division you walked into when you left the damn company. So Kota Ibushi and Mercedes Moné, and I'm comparing those two because they're in the same boat. They're gonna be freelancers. I don't think Mercedes is signed in New Japan. I think she's a freelancer, and she's gonna work both promotions. She's gonna work New Japan and she's gonna work AEW, and she's probably gonna work Stardom. They're not signing contracts with WWE. They're not going to Impact. I don't know why you think that. You're gonna go bankrupt trying to sign those two names. The only people that could afford those two is Tony Khan. I know some of the ladies are vouching for Mercedes Moné, and I know a lot of people on that roster are going to be vouching. A lot of guys on that roster are vouching for Kota Ibushi. Those two in the same company, and Forbidden Door 2 is coming up pretty soon, possibly in the summer. Like, that's gonna be crazy. Mercedes on the women's side, wrestling at Forbidden Door, whether she represents AEW or New Japan, or both. And Kota Ibushi representing AEW at Forbidden Door 2? Come on, bro. Like, y'all just, man. They ain't ready. These people ain't ready for that. These fans ain't ready. This is a great time to be a professional wrestling fan in 2023. This is a great time to be a professional wrestling fan, man. Kota Ibushi potentially coming into AEW when all things get settled in. Oh, but Alex, the roster's too bloated. People get lost in the shuffle. Kota Ibushi won't get lost in the shuffle. That guy is literally best friends with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Mercedes ain't gonna get lost in the shuffle. The AEW women's division is slowly improving. It's honestly getting better than the WWE women's division. And I can low-key just see it. This is the most time that there's been focus in the division in a while. What was the most women's storyline that you really and truly got a lot of focus? Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. You're talking about a potential Golden Lovers reunion with Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. And can you imagine Kota Ibushi in the Elite? Can you imagine that? Maybe the Elite expands. What if Kinosuke Takeshita and Kota Ibushi aligns themselves with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, and the Elite expands? Can y'all vision that? Kota Ibushi's not going to WWE. He's not going to Impact. Kota Ibushi's not going to sign a contract with AAA. Kota Ibushi's going to be a freelancer. He's going to go to GCW. He's gonna wrestle for AEW at some point this year when things is all said and done and things get taken care of, and he's opening up his wrestling school in Japan. He'll be in AEW. He'll be on Dynamite on Wednesday nights. Kota Ibushi versus Bryan Danielson. Kota Ibushi versus Buddy Matthews. Kota Ibushi versus Malachi Black. Kota Ibushi versus Darby Allin. Kota Ibushi versus Sammy Guevara. Kota Ibushi versus anybody you put him in the ring with. Kota Ibushi versus Heyman Adam Page. Kota Ibushi versus Jon Moxley. Kota Ibushi versus Wheeler Yuta. Kota Ibushi versus Jungle Boy. Kota Ibushi versus MJF. Vision, man. Vision. Kota Ibushi against anybody you put him up with. It's going to be fire. And the same thing with Mercedes Moné. Can you imagine Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker, Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné versus Thunder Rosa, Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné versus Saraya, Mercedes Moné versus anybody you put her in the ring with. Mercedes Moné versus Ruby Soho. Mercedes Moné versus, I already mentioned Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, Thunder. Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander. Kota Ibushi versus Ricky Starks. That go crazy. Kota Ibushi versus Samoa Joe. Kota Ibushi versus Wardlow. Kota Ibushi versus Orange Cassidy. Mercedes Moné versus Jade Cargill. Guys, this is 2023 is a great time to be a professional wrestling fan. WrestleMania season's here. Revolution is a month away. We're gonna start cooking. We already through February. We're already through January. We're now in February. Things are gonna start cooking. AEW announces House Rules Love Event Tour. The company will kick off their first house show tour in March. AEW's first house show tour is coming in March. The company announced Wednesday in a press release that they will kick off their AEW House Rules Love Event series starting on March 18th in Troy, Ohio, with stars such as Ohio's own Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Britt Baker, Darby Allin, and Orange Cassidy slated to appear. Tickets go on sale this Friday, which is tomorrow, at awtis.com, with more tour dates expected to be announced in the coming weeks. AEW held one house show prior to this, called The House Always Wins, back on April 10th, 2021 in Jacksonville, Florida, headlined by Darby Allin successfully defending the TNT title against The Butcher. As a lifelong fan of professional wrestling who grew up attending house shows, AEW House Rules as an exciting next step in our journey, giving new fans a new level of access to top-tier professional wrestling, Tony Khan said in a press release. We're always looking for many ways to engage with our fans, and AEW House Rules will be a great way for them to connect with our incredible talent and experience AEW in an intimate setting. Jeff Jordan, who joined AEW last year as their director of business development, also had a quote. The extraordinary success of AEW changed the landscape of professional wrestling as a whole, not only by providing a fresh new product, but also by raising the bar in a manner that many deemed impossible a few years ago, said Jarrett. Now, as we expand to live house shows, fans can expect an innovative approach and get up close with the best talent in professional wrestling, in addition to satisfying the passions of diehard fans. We're excited about creating new fans of all ages through these entertaining events. This is actually good for AEW. This is actually a huge win for AEW, and wow, AEW doing their first house show. Can't wait. Honestly, I am. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, maybe I'll go to these shows one day and vlog for you guys. You know? I'm glad AEW is getting out in smaller markets and experiencing, hey, let's do house shows. And this is another way too. The people that's not on TV, because of the bloated roster they have, the people that's not on TV can also go and experience what it's like to be on the road with AEW. Like seriously, you can go experience what it seems like, what it's like on the road at AEW. You can set up storylines at the live events, at the house shows for what you want to do on TV. You can set up storylines for the future, set up matches, set up feuds that we could potentially be seeing on TV, title feuds, title matches. Get these guys and girls more exposure to the live audience instead of having them being relegated to dark elevation. Performing in Universal Studios, performing in the people that complain about not being on Dynamite and Rampage. This is your time. You want to be on Dynamite and Rampage? Go out and show me. In the smaller markets, and maybe if the ticket sales goes well, maybe AEW will bring a live Dynamite taping and a Rampage, or maybe a live Rampage taping to that smaller market. Cities they never been to before. And I'm glad AEW is getting out and branching out, and I'm really glad instead of burning out the same market, you go to the same city every 3 months. I remember AEW when their first 3 years, they were always. I feel like they was in Chicago every 3 months. They were in Chicago, Florida, Orlando, Miami. They were always going to the same cities. Stop going to Chicago every 3 months. You burn out that market. I wouldn't even give Chicago another show to All Out. Honestly, you're getting a show every day. You're getting a show every day weekend. Then you're getting a show the week of Thanksgiving. I didn't like how AEW went to Chicago so many times. Like last year, I believe, correct me, AEW went to Chicago on this day last year. This is when the CM Punk and MJF match happened. On this day last year, February 2nd, they were in Chicago. They're in Chicago, February 2nd. Then we fast forward to June 26, 2022, Chicago, Forbidden Door. August 31st, September 3rd, September 5th, Chicago for All Out Weekend. Then November 24th, I want to say. No, November 23rd, Dynamite, Chicago. In a 1 year span, AEW has ran AEW has ran 6 shows in Chicago in 1 year. New York, I feel like that New York market will be burnt out. You're going to Long Island, then you're going to Albany, you're going to the Queens, you're going to New Jersey. Stay in the metropolitan area. Do not burn these markets out, man. I'm glad. Don't stop going to Texas every 3 months. I'm glad they don't go to Texas that much. Now they're running Texas. They're going to El Paso for the first time next week. They're going to Laredo. So they've been to San Antonio. They've been to Houston. They've been to Dallas. They've been to Laredo. They've been to El Paso, San Antonio. They're going to Arizona for the first time this month. They're bringing Dynamite to where else? They're bringing a show to Rhode Island. Like, get out and branch out. Go to Alabama. Bring a show to Alabama, man. See what the people think. I'm glad they don't go to Tennessee as much. I think it's only the second time they went to they only been to Tennessee twice. They only been to Atlanta 3 times. Don't burn out that market, man. Don't burn out that market. That's all I'm gonna say. Real talk. They went to Portland for the first time last month. Kentucky. They're gonna be in San Francisco for the first time for Revolution weekend. They're gonna run 3 shows. They're gonna run a Dynamite. They're gonna run a live Rampage. Then they're gonna run the Revolution. They're going to Sacramento for the Revolution Fallout. They're gonna go to Sacramento. Let me look at their live event schedule. See where they're gonna go. They're gonna go for the first time. They went to Fresno. They went to Seattle. So they're gonna be in El Paso next week. Wednesday, February 15th, Laredo, Texas. Wednesday, February 2nd, Phoenix, Arizona. All first timers. San Francisco, March 1st. Rampage, March 3rd. Revolution, March 5th. They're all in San Francisco. Wednesday, March 8th. Dynamite Rampage. Sacramento, California. Wednesday, March 15th. AEW Dynamite Rampage. Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Yeah, that's it for right now. They got some dates announced for April, but they've been to those cities before. Try out Oklahoma. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, man, it's great news for AEW. Great news for AEW. AEW considering starting a streaming service, likely through Warner Bros. Discovery. An AEW streaming service could be in the works. An article in Bloomberg released Thursday revealed that the company is considering starting a streaming service and notes that a potential deal could involve broadcast partner Warner Bros. Discovery. This article reads, AEW is also considering starting a streaming service, likely through a deal with its broadcast partner Warner Bros. Discovery, according to a person familiar with management's thinking, who asked not to be named. AEW President Tony Khan previously discussed the idea of an AEW streaming service during an interview with Barstool Sports in October 2021. He noted there have been discussions with Warner Media regarding it, and he was in the process of building the company's library at the time. Khan sounded confident a deal will be announced shortly. Khan purchased Ring of Honor in his tape library last March, and promotions Honor Club streaming service was relaunched in December. Another piece of good news. Streaming service. Pull all the episodes of Dynamite from the first episode to now. Go back and watch the old episodes. You want to go back and watch the matches from previous Dynamites? Go ahead. All the pay-per-views in one setting. You know, instead of spending $15 to rewatch an old pay-per-view from AEW, it's really good. It's really good. Really good. Huh. So that's all the AEW news. That's all the WWE news. We just need to get into the Dynamite review. We're going to get into the Dynamite ratings, and that will be it, man. So let me take a sip of water. And we'll jump right back into the review. AEW Dynamite emanating from Dayton, Ohio. Another first timer going to Dayton, Ohio. All right, let's get into Dynamite, man. The show starts off with Jon Moxley versus Heyman Adam Page. Before Heyman and Adam Page can even get into the ring, Jon Moxley jumps him and starts launching him around the ringside area, smashing Page through the safety rail. Moxley then launches him over the barricade, and the two begin brawling around the fans as Page nails a big boot, as Moxley then responds with the figure four until Page throws some beer in his face to break things up. As they get back to ringside, Moxley uses a chair to create some separation as he then wraps his leg inside, but he gets out of it and then launches it into the face of Moxley. Page suplexes him into it, and once they get inside the ring, the match officially begins as they go back and forth with forearms as the former WWE star, as Moxley's busted open. The match just started, Moxley already busted open. God. And plus they showed Jon Moxley blading, and I'm like, bro, no! And they caught him on camera. They caught Moxley on camera blading, and there's been some times where AEW wrestlers have been caught on camera blading themselves. Bro, that's That's not good, bro. That production game, bro. Y'all gotta, man, bro. Y'all have got to stop doing that, man. Making things look obvious, because I've seen these videos on Botchamania and Promo Joe, where AEW wrestlers have been caught blading themselves on camera, and the camera catches them. Oh my god, y'all got to be smarter than that, man. Y'all have got to be smarter than that. Page hits a German suplex as he slowly picks apart his opponent. Page connects with a follow-away slam, but Moxley then swings blindly and connects with a lariat as he locks in a sleeper hold. But the Cowboy gets the best of the situation as he throws Moxley head first into the ring post. The two men then continue the fight with chops and forearms outside the ring. And when they get back in, he tries to stomp on Moxley, but it takes too long, and that allows the Blackpool Combat Club star to charge him into the corner and wait the back. Despite that, it is Page who sends Moxley back down to the mat with an Avalanche Death Valley driver, but Moxley kicks out. Page demands he stays down, but Moxley gets back up and slaps him and then leaps into a cutter. The two men trade chops as Moxley looks for a sleeper, but Page suplexes him to break it up, only for Moxley to pop a melee and nail suplex of his own. Moxley launches Page across the ring from the top turnbuckle, and then he hits the classic stomps. So the face as he transitions into an armbar. Page escapes again and dumps Moxley out of the ring as he aims for a moonsault, but Moxley moves and he gets nailed by a lariat. The two then clobber each other with lariat attempts, and Heyman opts to powerbomb Moxley through the timekeeper's table. Moxley just beats the 10 count and immediately walks into a lariat and then a deadeye, but Moxley kicks out again. Page attempts a big boot but misses, with Moxley then hitting a King Kong lariat, and once again they trade forearm strikes. Page hits a small package driver, but once again the veteran kicks out. Page then aims for the buttstock lariat, but Moxley blocks it, only to be nailed with a tombstone power driver. And then a bloodshot lariat is hit, but Moxley kicks out. Page locks in a bulldog choke straight away, but with Page focusing on that, Moxley counters it with a pinfall, and 1, 2, 3, Moxley gets the win. He escapes. After the match, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta check on Moxley, and Page pushes them off, which fires Moxley up. This was a pretty good opener. I'm glad they're starting off with something that got some heat. But honestly, I don't know, man. We kind of had this problem, and I'm gonna get into this rant a little bit about your world champions, man. Not open the show with your world champion, guys. Guys, open the show with your world champion, or close the show with your world champion. You know, do not have your world champion come on in between. I'm getting into that right now. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. Excuse me. But yeah, moving on. But Moxley and Heyman, I think we get warmer match out of this at Revolution, and I think Page goes over and beats Moxley at Revolution. I don't think they're gonna end the feud right now and start a new feud with only like a month left to go before Revolution. I just don't see it happening. I think they continue their feud, and I think the blow-off match will be at Revolution, and the feud will be over. And I think Adam Page wins the feud, and they move on from that. But what you can do after this feud, after Revolution, you can move on. You can move these two guys on to something else. You can have Heyman. You could honestly have Heyman go after MJF for the World Championship at Double or Nothing. So that could be your Double or Nothing program right there for your World Championship. And you can easily tell that story. You know, Heyman lost the AEW World Championship 1 year ago at Double or Nothing. And now he's trying to win the title back at this year's Double or Nothing 1 year later. That's a pretty cool story to tell. And you can set that feud up, and then after Heyman gets done with MJF, then we go, I don't know where we go from there. Jon Moxley, on the other hand, you can have him feud with... What about... I don't know. How about this? How about Jon Moxley, Willie Yuta, and Claudio go for the trios titles, and we get Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite? That would be something that... you can that's captivating television right there. So after Heyman and Moxley ends, we can set up Heyman and MJF for the world title at Double or Nothing, and you can set up Blackpool Combat Club to go to chase after the trios titles and fight the Elite. The Elite are going to need some credible challengers. They're gonna need some big storylines for the trios titles, and that could be one of them. The Blackpool Combat Club. So Omega and the Bucks versus Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta for the trios titles. And that will be a great trios titles program. Right there. You can easily tell the story. Because Jon Moxley, he had history with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega was the guy that ended Jon Moxley's first AEW World title reign. Young Bucks prevented Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston from winning the AEW Tag Team titles, and they lost to the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. So those will be two great Double or Nothing matches. You got Heyman and MJF and Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite for the trios titles. And you can all see how, and maybe the Blackpool Combat Club could be the guys to beat the Elite for the trios titles. And when you get Moxley, Claudio, Yuta holding the trios titles. And that would be so freaking cool, bro. Like, you just got to put the time and effort. Or maybe better yet, you set something up huge, right? You want CM Punk and FTR versus the Elite. Okay. CM Punk shows up, costs the Elite the trios titles, and the Blackpool Combat Club wins them and takes them off the Elite. That would be so captivating. Just got to get creative. All right, Renee Paquette is shown backstage as the Bunny tells Jamie Hayter they were impressed with her last week. She then challenges her to an eliminator match last week, and Hayter agrees. However, Saraya and Toni Storm are then shown on the television attacking Britt Baker elsewhere backstage. Like I said, I'm not enjoying Jamie Hayter's title reign. I'm not, because of the way it's been booked. It seems like she had all this it seems like it happens with every wrestler. It seems like 90%. The chase towards the title is very fun, but then they get the title and then they don't know, and then the bookers, the promoters don't know what to do with it. They love to cool off momentum, and I'm sorry, I'm just not enjoying her as champion. She's not on TV as much. She's always shown backstage or somewhere else. She's not in the ring cutting promos. None of that. Where is that stuff? If you're gonna get me to invest in her title reign, you're gonna need to give me something bigger than just backstage promos and segments. Put the women on TV. That's how people's momentum get cooled off. Is when you don't throw these people on TV. Excuse me. She's gonna start cooling off if you don't book her in big title feuds. I'm sorry, but Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny next week in an eliminator match just And the match between her and Emi Sakura was good last week, but the ratings were down. I'm sorry, I'm just not enjoying Jamie Hayter's title reign. I mean, I know the story is there with Britt and Jamie. They're bound to turn on each other soon, but that won't be for a whole couple months. They got to get through this AEW homegrown versus AEW outside storyline first, and then you can do that. But at Revolution, you can't have Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm in a rematch for the AEW Women's World Title. You can still get in that story. Or we can get Jamie Hayter challenging Saraya. Saraya challenging Jamie Hayter for the women's title. We can't get that at Revolution. That's guys, both of those that can easily be captivating storylines. I mean, AEW is known for giving their women the least amount of time. Yeah, true. It's just I'm not enjoying Jamie Hayter's title reign. I'm just not, because the booking is just so. It's just not good. The storytelling is not there with her in the title. It's just matches thrown together, and then y'all will go out and say, "Oh my God, we got a banger." I'm sorry, I'm just not enjoying her reign. So if it was up to me and I was booking, how about this? Why don't you just come up, man? Get creative. What has the bunny done to earn an AEW Women's Title shot? Honestly, get creative, guys. Creators get so lazy. It seems like if you're a loser and you want a title shot, just walk up to the champion and ask him. That is so lazy and uncreative. Why don't you build these people up? Or better yet, if you want something captivating and good for the pay-per-view, why don't you have Jamie Hayter take on Tony Storm? Tony Storm said she want the AEW. Did she mention that she wanted the AEW Women's Title back after she lost it, and she would do anything to get it back? What happened to that? Where's the there's gosh? Does wrestling promoters have any logic? Seriously. Like I thought Tony Storm wanted the AEW Women's title back, but she's too busy being all cute with Saraya and taking out Britt Baker backstage. You guys are gonna get Britt and Jamie soon. I would say All Out. You get that. But jeez, you can't even write a captivating storyline. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but the roles are just reversed. Jamie as a babyface and Tony Storm as a heel. Why? Did you just... Can Tony Khan not... Does Tony Khan not know logic? Like, seriously. Like, you can still be telling that story with Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. The build towards their match at Full Gear was lazy. You could have given me a much better build for Revolution for their rematch. And you're talking about a women's blood and guts. You're still in the process of setting up blood and guts. And you can set up, guys. If I was booking Revolution, I would book Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Title. And you can do, and Britt Baker can team up with, because I think Brittany's going to be on the show. I think you can. I would put Britt Baker with Ruby Soho, and those two can team up to take on Saraya and Tony Storm. Simple. And you know what? Better yet, you can do Saraya. You can do Britt Baker, Ruby Soho versus Saraya, and Mercedes Moné. Or better yet, this is a way to bring Mercedes in. If you find a creative way to bring Mercedes in, Britt Baker and Ruby Soho versus Saraya and Tony Storm. And after the match ends, Saraya and Tony Storm, they jump on Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. And Hikaru Shida jumps in to beat down Saraya and Tony Storm. And then the music hits. The lights go out. It's Mercedes Moné. the IWGP Women's Champion. She comes in. She thinks she's gonna be on the good girl side. She joins the bad girl side, and she joins Saraya and Toni Storm. You're talking about a female blood and guts match. You gotta put your best women in there. You gotta put your best women in there. So who's to say this? What about I don't want to. I would say Ty Mello, but I think she's gotten worse. But no. I will throw Ty Mello in this in part of the storyline. But yeah, I don't want to leave. And no, Jamie. Oh shoot! I don't mention Toni Storm twice. Brandon, thank you. You caught me. Um. I legit don't know. I mean, I can't. Or you could do a triple threat: Britt Baker, Saraya, and Ruby Soho, and you can tell that story of who Ruby Soho is going to align herself with. Sheeta gonna be involved. Mercedes gonna be involved. Jamie Hayter can wrestle Toni Storm. There's so many creative ways to do this, guys. So many creative ways to do this. Like so many creative ways. And what is this? Blood and guts. Usually 5-on-5, right? Blood and guts. 5-on-5. So for the outsiders, you're gonna do Saraya, Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné. Thunder Rosa. That's 4. You need 5. You need one more. Athena should be a part of the storyline, to be honest. Athena's gonna come in the fray. Thunder Rosa gonna be back and come in the fray. And also, I got plans for Thunder Rosa. And Chris Statlander will be involved in this too. You could have Chris Statlander working with it would be Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Ruby Soho, Hikaru Shida, and Chris Statlander for your homegrown. Saraya, Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, Mercedes Moné, and Athena will be the outsiders. So that gives you 5-on-5. So yeah. But I think that's gonna work. And you can have feuds connected going into one of the big pay-per-views, going into All Out. Is Tony even going to be invested in women's division considering he's got Triple H completely? Guys, I'm giving Tony kind of ideas, but if he's listening to the stream, I'll be giving him some of my good ideas, man. Athena holding the ROH title, Tony's not putting on. Tony's he's gonna mess up this storyline, isn't he? He's gonna mess this up. Seriously. Something, bro, this is something that can captivate an audience, and you're just gonna mess this thing up. Honestly, bro, this storyline has potential to. Does Tony have logic? He doesn't. Athena has it. Man, Athena is like one of the best workers they got, bro. And like they don't want to throw her on TV. Oh, come on, man. Could you imagine if more AEW fans say, all right, they pushing too much wrestling. I'm going to stop watching. I know TK is scared to take it. Yes, put your bangers aside. Leave your bangers alone. Give us storytelling. Give us captivating storylines. Then we can save the bangers for the pay-per-views. It's like Tony just wants to throw bangers all together with sometimes no story. And I don't like that. calm down with your bangers. God, I'm starting to hate that word. Calm down with your bangers and give me more storytelling. That's all I'm asking for. God, man. Oh, God, like... And this is and there's a reason why you lost 100. And Bastard told me, what Bastard said in the chat, there's a reason why you lost 102,000 viewers. 100,000 viewers. Give them the time. Let the audience connect through captivating television, not through the bangers that you try and give us. You have to put the time and effort into the booking. The audience needs to show them what you care. Otherwise, why are they gonna care? The only way you connect with the audience is by the story that you're telling and the character that you're selling in the ring. Your bangers, your bangers, it should be the last thing on your mind. Worry about your bangers later. Connect with your audience by storytelling and character development. Do you get what I'm saying? Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics posted that Jay vs. Velvet was the lowest quote at 7,083K. So they lost viewers off of that. I can tell. Because you need to get that, honestly, get some new blood in that TBS title. The TBS title, Jay Cargill is up. Her reign is over. The women's match was the only thing I dipped over under 800. And, yep, no shit. No surprise. The women are always the lowest rated segments. And honestly, I think they're the lowest, and this is WWE as well. They're the lowest rated segments of WWE television as well, I think. Because you're not booking them properly. The television that you're writing is not captivating. The stories are not good. You're just throwing two ladies out there who barely gets a reaction from the audience. And you're trying to, and you're focusing too much on bangers instead of storytelling. For example, Monday Night Raw, they put on Candice LeRae versus Io Sky on Monday Night Raw. Saw a little match, but guys, how many times have they done Candice LeRae versus Io Sky on WWE television on the main roster? Okay, we know the class that they had at NXT, but let's be honest, who watches NXT anymore? Does anybody remember Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai from NXT TakeOver Toronto? I do. It was one of the best matches in NXT women's history. Oh, but Io Sky and Candice LeRae had history in NXT. Okay, it is 2023. Who's going to know that? From 4 years ago. I've seen Kota Ibushi, the WWE women actually holding to the audience sometimes. They've grown. They're conditioned viewers to care. Yeah, they need to condition. They need to condition the audience to storytelling. Bayley and Becky Lynch actually picked up. I thought the build was lackluster at first, but they actually picked up the build. I'm actually liking it. I can't wait for their steel cage match on Monday. It's not. It could be a draw, Brandon, but it's not because of the way it's been booking. You throwing two women out there who barely gets a reaction from the audience. Putting on a banger. Fuck your bangers. Give me storytelling. Give me storytelling. And we can talk about bangers later. You know what? Bangers can only take you far. Bangers can only take you far. Storytelling and character development is going to get you further. You can't, you guys, you have, if you're going to be a wrestling booker, you have to promote, you have to come up with storytelling, guys. You have to put in storytelling. You have to put focus on your champions. You have to give wrestlers some momentum. You got to write captivating television. And you lost over 100 and you lost over 100 and 200,000 viewers, 102,000 viewers last night because you're so focused on putting on bangers instead of just giving us storytelling. Impact probably having a women's main event tonight, and 90% of the wrestling fans don't know it. Yeah, man. You know, these superstars can be much larger than life if you just gave them the time of day and put good outs into their booking. They can be larger than life. And it's really sad how wrestling has become today. There's no larger than life characters, no superstars being made. Nobody looks like stars today. Stars are rarely created in pro wrestling today. They're rarely created. Moving on. The Acclaim, they had a jobber match against jobber number 1 and jobber number 2 from the bingo halls. The Acclaim are out, Nets taking their shots, calling them to bootleg their opponents, the bootleg Beverly Brothers. Their opponents then looked to scissor before the match began, but that leads to Matt Caster in the super kick. The match then begins, and Anthony Bowens hits Scissor Me Timbers. And then the champions and Billy Gunn hit the scissor properly. Meanwhile, Bowens nails the arrival. And Caster follows with the mic drop for a routine win. The Acclaim wins the match, of course. Post-match, the Guns make their way to the ring and they praise the match, but they want a shot at the titles and they want an answer right now. Bowens reminds them that they're interrupting the top tag team in AEW right now, so they decide to ask the people. Unfortunately for the Guns, the fans say no when they ask if they deserve a shot at the title, so Bowens agrees. The guy says no. This test leads to them squaring off until Billy Gunn pulls them all apart. He said he is sick of it, and they can go ahead and beat the shit out of each other. He walks away as Austin Gunn says he is doing what he's doing their entire childhood and turn their back on them, as he suggests he drowns his sorrows in the bottom of a pill bottle. Billy then returns to the ring, but his microphone cuts out. He throws down one in anger, but he asks them if they think they have what he has, and he agrees to a title shot, which leaves the champions a little confused. Bastard, you're on the money. How is everyone getting excited over the Acclaim versus Jobbers? How are you booking their tag team title reign? Because I was enjoying their reign at first, and then you decided to cool them off. I don't know why. There's no. It just seems like nobody knows how to keep up with momentum in pro wrestling. It just seems like nobody knows how to keep up with momentum. It seems like the chase towards the title is fun, and then they get the title, and then they cool off. Like, what are you doing? Like, they're just downright. It's just downright crazy. Like, I don't get it. Downright crazy. The Acclaim versus Guns this week. I hope the Acclaim retains. But I want to see Top Flight get their shot at the tag team titles. I think Revolution. You need to do the Acclaim versus Top Flight, but you don't have enough time to tell that story. You're not gonna have enough time to tell that story. And I'm not interested in the Guns getting the title and then hot potatoing them. We're not doing that. We just ain't. That's just not good creative. I want to see Top Flight become the next tag team champions, but Jesus Christ, what are we doing with the tag team division? You got everybody stuck in the trios, and then your tag team division, and then the Acclaim got no opponents. This is what happens. You put all your eggs into the trios division, and now you got nobody left to, and then you don't have any opponents for the Acclaim to face in the tag team division. And some of the opponents you got, you put them like absolute garbage, and they're not deserving of a tag team title shot. Gotta do better, man. Just gotta do better. So yeah, that would be a cool piece for my hair, but no. Tenoke Takeshita versus Brian Cage. But first, Jack Perry is shown backstage as he says he had an amazing time teaming with Hook, but he's done the tag team thing before. This year isn't about all that. This time he will be champion again all by himself. I think Jungle Boy needs to chase after the TNT title. I think MJF versus Jungle Boy would be cool, but I think you can get away with that. I do want to see a 4 pillars fatal 4-way between Sammy, Darby, MJF, and Jungle Boy for the world title at a pay-per-view. So yeah. But I don't know, man. When Christian Cage comes back, we need a legit one-on-one match between those two guys. We just do need a legit one-on-one between these two. And I've been sitting here for 2 hours talking with y'all, so I really appreciate everybody who stuck around. So yeah. But we do need a legit one-on-one match between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. I think you can get away with this. I think Jungle Boy can chase after one of the titles, and then Christian Cage can come back and interfere and screw Jungle Boy out of. This would be good for a future pay-per-view. Jungle Boy is getting close to becoming the world champion or the TNT champion. He's getting close to being either Samoa Joe or MJF. And then Christian Cage comes back and screws Jungle Boy out of winning the title. And Jungle Boy can get personal. Hell, maybe something even more captivating. What about his girlfriend, Anna Jay? I don't know. I assume they're still dating. What about his girlfriend, Anna Jay? I know she's a heel, but I'm not really feeling her heel run. But if she was still a babyface, why doesn't Anna Jay get involved in the storyline and you can get Christian even more heel? He and Jungle Boy can just come out and say, okay, my G, you just made things personal. I'm coming in your life. Come on now. Simple storytelling. It's not that hard. Like, bro, you could easily tell the story, bro. And if NHL was a babyface, be like, hey, and Christian could be with his girl, man. He could be all up over her and all that stuff. And let's just say Christian being that heel he is, he could be this elite heel, man. Let's just say Christian, let's just say he's NJ, got sent to the gulags, and let's just say it kind of reminds me of Randy Orton and Stephanie McMahon. Triple H was handcuffed against against one of the turnbuckles, and Randy Orton kissed Stephanie while she was knocked out. Bro, oh my God. And then Jungle Boy just come out and say, okay, you made things personal? Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm going to fuck you up. That's captivating storyline one-on-one. And that would give more heat to Christian, if you think about it. And Luchasaurus coming back as well? Threatening to harm Anna Jay, Jungle Boy's girlfriend? Oh no, bro. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I'm legit writing captivating storylines for Tony Khan in my head. All right, Tanaka Takeshita versus Brian Cage. The two men go straight after each other with hard-hitting strikes until Konosuke Takeshita boots Brian Cage in the face to send him to the floor, as he then leaps over the top rope to attack him again. However, Cage then manages to powerbomb Takeshita into the ring post, and back in the ring, he hits a low drop kick, which gets him a near fall. The two exchange forearm and elbow strikes, but Takeshita, man, I'm getting sleepy. But Takeshita then nails a blue thunder bomb, which gets him a near fall this time. However, as he looks for a jumping knee strike, Cage avoids it as he crashes over the ropes, and Cage then suplexes him over the top rope and back into the ring to showcase his strength. They then start trading chops, but Cage then sets Takeshita up and connects with a 619. He follows with a back elbow and kick to the face, as Takeshita then gets thrown across the ring. Takeshita manages to respond with a jumping knee to the back of Cage's head, as he then hits a shotgun drop kick as both men go down. He follows it with a stalling German suplex, but it is required enough to keep his opponent down for a 3 count while Cage tries to fight back. He is instantly dropped to the mat again, this time by a Liger bomb, but Cage kicks out only to be hit with a rolling elbow. However, Cage resolves it all and then hits a discus lariat. And this time, it's Takeshita having to kick out at the last second. Cage hits a brain buster, yet Cage now fights out. The two men then scale to the second turnbuckle, and it's Takeshita who wins out with an avalanche brainbuster that is followed by a huge knee strike. And this time, Cage cannot respond for the 1, 2, 3, and Konosuke Takeshita gets the victory. Good match. I mean, what else is there to say? So yeah. The Jericho Appreciation Society are then shown backstage, and he says Ricky Starks didn't lose to a baseball bat. He lost to them as a group. Sammy Guevara says they come up with an idea for the Garcia-Guevara gauntlet. Starks has to be 2.0, then either Guevara or Garcia. And if he gets through all that, he will face Chris Jericho. Isn't this the same thing as the MJF storyline? What's up with these gauntlet matches where we gotta face this guy to get to the opponent that you're trying to face? It is just lazy booking one-on-one. Lazy booking. Lazy booking. Like, come on, dude. What is up with these gauntlet matches? This is the same thing we ran through with MJF. Now we're running through it with Jericho, where you have to get through, where you gotta get through that guy for 4, 5, 6 straight weeks, and then you get to face the guy that you've been trying to face at the pay-per-view. So this is the way we get Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks at the pay-per-view, is by this lazy booking, uncreative. All these gauntlet matches, it just screams uncreative. Like, how many times are we gonna see these gauntlet matches? The gauntlet matches are just so tiring. And it ran its course. The towel is dry, my boy. The towel is dry. Many times we're gonna run these gauntlet matches. It just screams uncreative. It's just bad booking. You can't write for some, bro. You can't come up with something else. There's other ways to get to the match instead of doing gauntlet matches. Stop with the gauntlet matches, BS. Exactly. All these gauntlet matches just scream lazy. Jeez, how many times have we seen? This is the same thing we've seen with MJF. Now we're seeing it with Jericho. Just straight up gauntlet matches, gauntlet matches, gauntlet matches. But no, Alex. They're bangers. Bangers. Moving on. Brian Nelson versus Timothy Thatcher. For first, the Elite are shown backstage, and they will put the titles online next. Next week against Top Flight and AR Fox. Stokely Hathaway then appears, and Ethan Page says he keeps his boys going in a separate trios match. This Friday on Rampage. Do you care? No. Are you gonna go out? Are you gonna go out to watch Rampage to watch the Elite face Isaiah Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Ethan Page? No. I'm an Ethan Page guy. I love Ethan Page, but no. And I like the Elite, but no. Brian Nelson versus Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher wastes no time going after Brian Danielson, bringing him down with a wrist lock before a knee in the shoulder. But Danielson fires back with a series of quick punches and kicks as he then brings Thatcher down to the mat by working on his leg before the bow and arrow stretch. Thatcher doesn't go for the ropes though. He pulls the injured arm and then stumps away on it. Danielson comes back into it briefly with a running drop kick, but Thatcher immediately twists the arm and just yanks Danielson down to the mat. I don't know what happened with TNT. It just cut off and cut back on. Before he lifts Danielson up by his injured arm alone, he then takes Danielson and slams his arm to the ring apron, but back in the ring he becomes too casual, which allows the American Dragon to try and settle a bell lock, but Thatcher stops it by reaching the ropes. Danielson fights back with some headbutts, but Thatcher immediately gains control with forearms to the shoulder before he throws him across the ring. Then they head to the top rope, but Danielson fights back and sends Thatcher down not once but twice as Danielson hits a drop kick. From the top turnbuckle, Danielson hits some of his trademark strikes until Thatcher just slaps one away as he avoids the big one a couple times after Danielson rolls out of a pinfall. He nails Thatcher in the head. The referee then accidentally take it down, and that leads to MJF appearing. However, before he can get into the ring, Takeshi appears to the crowd and jumps MJF as he fights him to the back. Meanwhile, outside the ring, Thatcher lost in the Future Water armbar, but Danielson gets to the ropes and hits a German suplex, following with a Psycho knee, and Brian gets the 1-2-3. Brian wins the match. Solid match. I mean, don't like how MJF is coming on in the middle of the show. He's your world champion, and your world champion doesn't feel important because he's coming on in the middle of the show. How am I... simple stuff like this, man. Guys, your world champion should not be on in the middle of the show. I don't care who your world champion is. Your world champion could be Sammy Guevara. He shouldn't be on the middle of the show. Beginning or the end. No in between. Takeshi and MJF are shown brawling as the champion launches a chair at them, and they keep brawling until security pulls them apart. Renee Paquette then reveals next week in an eliminator match it will be Takeshi versus MJF. Great, another eliminator match. But no. We'll get MJF on TV. The match should be good, but why is it under eliminator match rules? Just why? Championship contenders matches, huh? We're doing AEW championship contenders matches every week, huh? Now, goodness gracious, we're gonna see it 2 straight. We saw it last week with Jamie Hayter. We're getting it next week with Jamie Hayter. Now we're getting it next week with MJF. That's how you're booking this title reign? Good, great job, Tony. Great job. I don't get it. Like, dude. Just why? I literally sitting here and I'm asking myself, why? Is your champion on in the middle of the show? Honestly, your world champion should open the show next week. MJF versus Tenosuke Takeshita should start Dynamite next week. That should be the first thing you see on Dynamite. MJF kind of promo, Takeshita comes out, bam. Storyline. MJF should be the first thing you see on your screen next week on Dynamite. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your world champion should be coming on first and last. And MJF should be the last thing on the show. The last person you should see on the show is MJF. The start of the show, MJF. You end the show with MJF. Rush and Bryan Danielson main event, you end the show with MJF. No ifs, ands, or buts. Start with MJF, finish with MJF. Plain and simple. No in the middle, no in between, no nothing. Start and finish with MJF. Get your audience captivated. And maybe you want to lose over 100,000 viewers. Jay Cargill versus Red Velvet TBS Championship. MJF is shown. MJF is shown backstage giving Rush a briefcase of money. And he has 5 more of them if he can beat Bryan Danielson this week and rips his arm off. Why are you? He just got in a brawl with Takeshita, and now you filmed this segment after? Who puts the order of these shows? Like, seriously. Moving on. This is the most I've ranted on a Dynamite review. Like, real talk. Royal Velvet wastes no time as she jumps Jade Cargill while she's posing in the ring, but after a flurry of attacks, she's then dropped by an elbow striking the champion. Velvet uses her speed to avoid Cargill as she slips out of the ring, and Velvet follows by diving out with a drop kick before chopping her back inside the ring. Cargill blocks a super kick and then nails a huge suplex, but Velvet kicks out. Cargill manages to slam Velvet to the mat, following up with a jumping elbow drop. And she then slams her off each turnbuckle to add to the dominance with the official. Distracted with Cargill, Layla Gray decides to take a shot at Velvet, but back outside the ring, the challenger nails a big boot to Cargill. However, as she tries to dive into the champion, she gets caught and then slammed into the ring post. Impressively, Cargill then presses up Velvet above her head, and she carries her up the stairs before launching her into the top rope. That kind of look like a how I say it? Kind of like an homage to Bianca Belair from Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37 when Bianca Belair had Sasha Banks pressed up above her head and carries her up and was carrying her up the steps. Kind of remind me of Bianca for Sasha. Mercedes Moné now. But yeah. While Velvet manages to kick out, Cargill throws her across the ring and then starts doing push-ups inside the ring to mock her former baddie. Velvet doesn't take count of that with a drop kick and then a code breaker, but then she runs into a huge pump kick outside the ring. Kiera Hogan appears to send Gray down the stairs, but then she gets sent to the back. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Velvet catches Cargill with a kick to the face. And that does get a 3 count, but the official is distracted, and when Aubrey Harris turns around, Cargill can kick out. Velvet then lost in a submission, but Cargill powers up to escape it, and she throws Velvet into the air, catching her to hit her finishing move called Jaded. Winner is still TBS champion Jade Cargill, who is now 50-0. How long can this Jade Cargill reign be? When is Chris Statlander coming back? She got injured in the summer, and she tore her ACL, so that would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. At Revolution, Jade Cargill needs to lose that TBS championship to Thunder Rosa. Because Thunder Rosa is expected back this month. I know a lot of y'all wanted Chris Statlander, but the backup plan is Thunder Rosa. If you can't get Chris Statlander back for Revolution, you need to go to Thunder Rosa and you need to get the title off of her. Get the title off of Jade Cargill. We need some new blood in this TBS title. So this is what you can do. You want the title on Chris Statlander, okay. But there's no guarantee. When did Chris Statlander get injured? August 13th, she tore her ACL. And it takes roughly 9 months to heal. 9 to 10 months to heal. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So Chris Stellar probably won't be back until May, June. So this is what I'm doing. I can't. Serenity Deeb is out injured from what I'm hearing. So if you don't have Serenity Deeb and Chris Stellar for Revolution, will you have Thunder Rosa available for Revolution? I genuinely hope so. Because if it was me and I was booking, I would have Thunder Rosa come back, confront Jade, tell the story. Jade beat Thunder Rosa in the TBS tournament semifinals on Dynamite. The last Dynamite before they moved to TBS. And when Jade Cargill won that TBS title. So you can easily tell that story with Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill, and Thunder Rosa can be the one to take the title from Jade Cargill. Then you can turn Thunder Rosa fully heel. Chris Statlander can go back as a big baby face. You can build her up as as Chris Statlander as this big baby face. You could throw both of them in the female blood and guts match if you're doing one this year. And let's say All Out Chicago, you do Chris Statlander versus Thunder Rosa for the TBS title with Thunder Rosa being the heel, the bitch that she is, and Chris Statlander being the ultimate babyface to take down Thunder Rosa, and then bam. You want to bring Thunder Rosa back in something important? That's one of the ways you can bring her back. They said that she'll be clear by February. It's February. So we got 3 weeks. She basically got 3 more episodes of Dynamite to appear. And Dynamite is going to be in Texas this coming weekend next week. And she resides in she resides in San Antonio. She resides in Texas, so she could be at one of the 2 Texas shows. And she could be there confronting Jade Cargill. And you can set up that match for Revolution. Thunder Rosa could be Jade, turn full heel, All Out. Chris Statlander can get the title off Thunder Rosa. Plain and simple. But would Tony do that? More than likely not. Because he doesn't know logic in pro wrestling. Sorry, but Jade Cargill's who is left to face? She hasn't faced Serena Deeb. She hasn't faced Hikaru Shida. She hasn't faced. Can you name me one memorable match from her title reign except for Red Velvet? Like seriously, legit seriously, bro. Layla Hirsch, I think she's out injured. She should be coming back soon. She should be due. Layla Hirsch should be due back for AEW television soon. Mercedes Monet could be Jade. The TBS title seems like a women's Intercontinental Championship version. And Mercedes is probably going to be the IWGP Women's Champion. She needs to go for the bigger title, which is the Women's World title if she's going to be challenging for a championship. The TBS title kind of seems like that would look like a downgrade to Mercedes if she has the IWGP Women's title. So you're telling me you're going to bring Mercedes as the IWGP Women's Champion to challenge for the TBS title when the IWGP Women's Championship is the big title in all of women's professional wrestling, and the TBS title is like the women's IC title? No, this is a role for. I hope. Oh my God, Tony doesn't use logic. Knowing this is not going to happen, but I like to see it happen. That could be one of the scenarios. Thunder Rosa could be the one to beat Jade Cargill at Revolution. So I like it. Backstage, Britt Baker is in the medical room and says she's fine, and there Ruby Soho appears to check on her. Baker said there are Soho's girls, but she claims they had nothing to do with it. We'll see, man. We'll see. See what happens. But let's see how this AEW Richards vs. Homegrown storyline played out. Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. Let's get into it, man. Take my sip of water, man. Man. If I stay out here for another 20 minutes, man, we're gonna be live for. I would have been live for 3 hours. I would have been live for 3 hours. Darby Allin, Samoa Joe, no holds barred for TNT Championship. Darby Allin hits the ring with a jacket full of thumbtacks, so he launches into Samoa Joe from the start, but he manages to fight back. Joe Smart uses his towel to wrap around his arm and deliver a massive lariat, and then pulls the jacket off the champion as Joe stomps him down. Allin instantly fights back through and busts open Joe, but that just angers him. He pulls the stairs and launches him into them as he bounces off of them and then over the barricade to the floor. Then they brawl up the stairs to the fans as the challenger just slams Allin down. Then they crawl back to the ringside area as Joe slams Allin onto the stairs once again as Allin tries to crawl away from him. Joe catches up to him and mentally beats him down with a huge chop to the back of the neck as he then hits a massive blow elbow strike as Allin tries to build some pace from the ropes. The champion showcases his fighting spirit, winning a few strikes, but as he runs into Joe in the corner, he just plants him straight back down to the mat while Allin kicks out of the pinfall attempt. He is instantly sent back down with a couple of chops as Allin then gets roughly booted to the floor. Joe sets the table up into the barricade in front of fans, but as he goes back to Allin, he ends up hitting a jawbreaker as he then fires back with a series of chops, only for Joe to just dump him to the floor by launching him over the top rope. Joe grabs a couple of chairs and sets them back to back as he just drops Allin's spine first and to them as the veteran smiles at the fans and Joe is going to kill you. Joe aimed the powerbomb him through the chairs, but Allin blinds him with some powder, following it with a code red and stunner. Allin then puts the thumbtack jacket back on and hits the coffin drop, but Joe manages to kick out. I mean, a coffin drop with thumbtacks on, you're kicking out of that shit. Allin finds a blade and he starts cutting the canvas away, and he's supposed to win boards, but as he goes back to Joe with a dive outside the ring, the Irish Star hits his trademark walk away. Allin crashes through a table. Joe then powerbombs the champion to the thumbtack jacket as he pulls it into his face, but Allin gets out of it by poking him in the eye. Allin follows up with a series of chair shots, but as Allin prepares for a coffin drop, the challenger pushes the official into the ropes, which knocks him. Joe then heads up to the top turnbuckle and nails a muscle buster into the exposed wood. Winner and new TNT champion Samoa Joe. After the match, Warlow music hits and he charges down to the ring as he spears the new champion, then aims for the powerbomb Symphony, but Joe slips away and escapes. So, the TNT title, Darby Allin only held the TNT title for 27 days. And the title gets fucking hot potatoed. Seriously. Like, what are we doing? In the past, in a 1 year span, we have 9 different TNT champions. 9 different TNT champions. In the past, in a 1 year span. So, if Darby Allin was going to take time off, then why'd you give him the belt? Oh, that's right. You wanted to do some big hometown pop. I'm gonna go look up the... Like, seriously. Like, oh my God, look at all this hot potatoing. 28 days. Darby Allin held the TNT title for 28 days. So, we're going to start from January 26, 2022. Sammy Guevara gets the title back from Cody Rhodes. 42 days, Dynamite beach break. Scorpio Sky, March 9, 2022. Dynamite. 30... 37 days. Sammy Guevara, April 15, 2022. 12 days. Scorpio Sky, April 27, 2022. 70 days. Wardlow, 136 days. July 6th. Samoa Joe, November 19, 2022. Full Gear, 46 days. Darby Allin, January 4, 2023. 28 days. Samoa Joe, February 1st, 2023. Dynamite. 2 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you count the first battle of the belts last year, 9. The TNT has been hot potatoed 9 times. It went to Sammy Guevara. It went to Sammy Guevara 3 times last year. It went to Scorpio Sky 2 times last year. It went to Samoa Joe 2 times in a span of 3 months. Now it's probably going back to Wardlow at Revolution. Great. You bring Wardlow back, you kill his character, you buried him. You basically burying the guy. This is what you bring Wardlow back for? Seriously? Seriously. Give the man something better to do, man. Better creative. Cody Rhodes is still he probably a 15-time TNT champion. Then wonder why the hell Cody got the hell up out of there, bro. I'm like, what are you probably man? What is this booking, man? I could be going for something bigger. Now I'm this close to throwing the top guy in the industry in Los Angeles in 2 months. So yeah. But this title continues to be buried constantly. The title's never recovering, bro. I'm going to just say this, and I've been saying this since last year. The TNT Championship is dead. Dead and buried. The TNT Championship is never coming back. The TNT Championship is dead, buried. It's never recovering. You hot potato the champion. Guys, in a span of 1 year, we have had 9 TNT champions. 9. Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky, Sammy Guevara again, Scorpio Sky again, Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Darby Allin, and now Samoa Joe again. Realistically, 10. If you want to count the interim TNT title, that interim TNT title crap is what started it. And that's what started everything. That's what went downhill. That interim TNT title crap. When Cody got sick with COVID, no, you don't do an interim TNT title match. You postpone the match. You don't go and put an interim TNT title match on television. I'm surprised that Willow was never a transitional champion. So Revolution, the likely scenario, which I'm not advocating for, but Willow can't lose under this new repackaging that you gave him. So you're going to have to hot potato the TNT title again at Revolution. We would have had 10 different TNT champions. 10 times the TNT title has been hot potatoed in a 1 year span. Like, bro, it's like... You might as well retire the TNT Championship, bro. Just retire it. The title is just not important no more. The TNT title is dead. It's not coming back. Bro, you just want to do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, so, bro, you just playing hot potato with the TNT title, bro. Like, what in the world? Jesus. Retire the damn thing, man. This thing needs to be retired. Retired! Bro, TK be smoking too much weed, bro. He be on that juice, man. I don't know what TK be smoking, bro. But whatever he's smoking, bro, I want a piece of the pie. I want a piece of the pie. Like, seriously. Like I said, TK tends to be like an idiot. Yep. That is true. And that's the end of the Dynamite review, man. But yeah, man. This is just honestly just really stupid. Hey y'all, I'm sorry I couldn't make it earlier, but I agree with you on the hot potato situation. And the interim title thing. Hope you're doing well, Alex. Thank you, Adam. It's okay, Adam. Hopefully all's doing well, my brother. Who was running AEW before Tony Khan? Tony Khan. He's been running AEW his whole time. TK needs help, bro. He needs help. Thomas, I'm down. Sammy and KO versus Usos night 1 of WrestleMania main event instead of Rhea and Charlotte. I'm okay with it. I realistically don't. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think the women need to be main event WrestleMania this year. I don't think the women should main event. I'm sorry for all you Charlotte stands out there, but I'm sorry, but the women don't need to be main event WrestleMania every year. It didn't even main event last year. The Stone Cold and Kevin Owens match went on last year. We didn't get a women's main event last year, and I'm okay with women not main event in WrestleMania. I don't know why the women need it. Just because somebody won the Royal Rumble doesn't mean they need a main event WrestleMania. I'm sorry. But Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair does not scream. I mean, I'm down behind the decision, but that doesn't need a main event. You do not sacrifice the biggest story you have going on in pro wrestling right now for a Rhea and Charlotte Flair main event at WrestleMania. Do not sacrifice that. Is a bit the tag team championship match needs the main event night 1. KO and Sammy versus the Usos night 1 of WrestleMania. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes night 2 of WrestleMania. Sorry, but women don't need to be main eventing. And that's just the truth. Bianca doesn't need a main event WrestleMania. Charlotte doesn't need a main event WrestleMania. They can open the show. I don't mind that. Night 1 you can open up with you can open up with Rhea versus Charlotte night 1. And then night 2 you can open it with the 3-way IC title match between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. You heard what Charlotte Idiotic Father said? He said that if Charlotte wins 60 championship, she would be big. What? She would be big as Serena Williams. Like, what? Nobody would ever be. Bro, Serena Williams is one of the ghosts, man. Don't be disrespecting Serena Williams like that. All the reason Charlotte facing her because Charlotte didn't want to be in the main event. Yeah, politicking. Politicking. Got to guarantee she be on the main event of WrestleMania. But like you said, they need to open the show. That'd be better. Yeah, open the show, bro. You can open up. You can open night one with that, and Rhea can get the championship. But my biggest concern is, bro, like if Rhea gets the championship, what's gonna be the follow up? And how long will Rhea get the title for? Because we always known for Charlotte getting the title back a month or two later, and I'm not. Nobody wants that. That's my biggest worry about Rhea winning the title. I want her to win the title, but what's gonna be the? I hope they have a good. I hope Triple H has a good follow up. Because the chase towards the title is fun. Then once they get the title, it's just they don't know what to do. A month or two later, Shaw is getting the damn title back. And I have that same fear for Oscar. Because I would do Bianca for the Oscar at WrestleMania, but my biggest fear is that Bianca gonna stay in a freaking title picture after Mania. Like she's not gonna go away. Like I feel like Bianca, she gonna find a way to get the title back at SummerSlam or something like that. But Oscar with this new character should be undefeated, bro. She should be undefeated. Surely Triple H will book Rhea going over. She needs to go over, do the right thing. 3 H's. Yeah. Triple H is gonna book Rhea to defeat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, but yeah, I hope Triple H doesn't have this freaking plan in his head to get. Okay, I'm gonna put the title on Rhea, but Charlotte's gonna get the title back a month later. Oscar's gonna go heel. Oscar's gonna go heel. She should beat Bianca for the championship, and I believe she should have a long reign. She should be dominant. And honestly, when you can build up, you can have. So for my future women's storylines in WWE, right? Bianca is gonna drop the title to Asuka on her new character because you can't have Asuka come back under this new character, and then you're going right back to the same thing she was doing before she left and repackaged herself. Like that's not good creative. You got to give her something meaningful. So putting the championship on Asuka is gonna be huge. And when Asuka gets the title, I want her to have a long reign. Like I legit want her to have a long reign. And if I was booking, I would get for my women's matches at WrestleMania. Honestly, if I'm booking, we can go ahead and do Bayley versus Bianca. Then we go ahead and we do Dakota and Io versus Candice and Indy for the tag team titles. We get the titles off Dakota and Io that night, and we got Rhea and Charlotte, of course, Bianca, Asuka. So that's your 4 big women's matches on the card. So that's your 4 big women's matches. So then, the draft comes up. The draft should be the Raw after Mania, honestly. So the draft comes up. They lose the titles. Dakota and Io lose the titles. Io says, "Fuck this! I'm going to SmackDown. I'm done. I'm done with this damage control thing. I'm done." And Dakota and Bayley are like, "What? This is well." And they're getting all confused. I'm like, Io's going to SmackDown. I'm like, what? So yeah. And then on the same night or the week after, Dakota turns on Bayley. Bayley goes back babyface, and we get a blood feud between Dakota and Bayley. Dakota can win the feud. Dakota can go on and win Money in the Bank. and she does not cash it in on. When Dakota wins Money in the Bank, we're gonna be in this. We're gonna create a new star. We're gonna create a mega star. When Dakota wins Money in the Bank, as this legit heel, we're gonna we're gonna have because I know Dakota's gonna be the one to turn. She's gonna be the one to turn heel. She's gonna stay the heel. I love Dakota is bitter as a heel. She's just babyface. Ugh. I mean, she's not bad as a babyface, but she could be. She wasn't booked on that well either as a babyface. So Dakota stays as this heel. She wins Money in the Bank in the UK. I will not rush the cash in. I will hold off on the cash in, hold the briefcase, do some storylines with it, but do not rush the cash in. You wanna, you don't want to cash in immediately. You know how all the women's Money in the Bank winners they would cash in like on the same day or like 24 hours after. Like no, I'm not doing that. We're gonna hold it up until the briefcase is good for a year. So we're gonna hold the briefcase until I'm holding the briefcase till WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40. It will be Asuka versus. She'll still be the champion by then, I think. It will be Asuka versus. I don't know. You know what? No, because you don't want to. I don't want to copy it. I don't want to copy it. Maybe Asuka just goes through everybody, and maybe she. I don't know. Maybe we get Asuka versus Becky for the title at WrestleMania 40, and Dakota can cash in middle of the match. And a la Seth Rollins. Dakota can cash in middle of the match. I know I'm a big fucking mark, and I desperately want to see her win the world title, man. I desperately want to see her like succeed in WWE in her second run. I don't want to see her, I don't want to see her getting the short end of the stick like she did in NXT. I really don't want to see that happen for her. I will legit like feel bad for her, and I will legit go on a fucking rant if that happens. So a la Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 40, Asuka versus Becky, Raw Women's title. Middle of the match, Dakota runs down the ring, cashes in, makes it a triple threat. Dakota can get her revenge on Becky at the same time. Because if you guys remember, Becky threatened to smash Dakota's leg with a chair. So Dakota has her revenge against Becky at the same time. And she wins the World Women's Championship at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And she can just be this evil. She can just be this evil bitch that she is as a heel, as the champion. And then we can get Io Sky as the SmackDown Women's Champion by the end of WrestleMania 40. And you can end the show with Dakota and Io. Well, no. Would that be? That could be a main. Asuka and Becky can main event WrestleMania 40. No, that means Becky will have to win the Rumble. I'm not interested in that. Maybe Dakota and Io can have a moment together, and Io's holding up the SmackDown Women's title, kind of like a la Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, NXT Takeover Phoenix when the show ended with Gargano holding up the North American Championship and Ciampa holding up the NXT title. Dakota can hold the Roman title. Io can hold the SmackDown Women's title. But yeah, I just don't. I low key, bro. They gotta be careful how they're booking. Um, I know that they could be booked so much better, but EO is gonna end up overshadowing Dakota and Bailey. Really, like in all seriousness, I just want the people that I like coming back to WWE to have a successful second run. That got the short end of the stick the first time on the main roster under Vince, or they got the short end of the stick back in NXT under Triple H. I really hope. I just don't want to see them getting the short end of the stick. Their second time. Having to constantly go out and put others over and job out to this person, that person, that person. It's just no. I don't want to see that. You're bringing these people. What is the reason you're bringing these people back? Are you bringing these people back to actually legit make them superstars, or are you bringing them back to job them out to your bigger stars like a Bianca or a Becky or a Seth Rollins or a Roman Reigns and Usos, a Kevin Owens? You know, this company needs to desperately build new superstars. Pro wrestling in general needs new superstars. You need more larger than life characters. You can't just you can't have the same people um at the top. You just let other people get the other pieces of pizza. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's like you got people coming over and you bring over boxes of pizza and then everybody eats it all up. Like you can't have the same people just eating up all the boxes of pizza and not sharing them. You get what I'm saying? Or taking up taking up all the space in the SUV. You have to build new stars. This it's something that this company rarely ever fucking does. And that's build new stars. I've been live for 3 hours. It's just it's just like I really just deeply care for these guys. Like I enjoy watching, Mia Yim. Even though she's not booked as well in WWE. She get her turn. It's just she came off two of her best career matches with Deanna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace, in my honest opinion. And like no offense to Sasha, but like we're just investing in the same people over and over and over again, not thinking about your future. Y'all the same ones that want new stars being built, but when y'all see new talent being pushed, y'all just when y'all see this new talent being pushed, y'all just give up on them. For 2 weeks, oh, they're over pushed. Get off my TV. Like, bro. Can't keep relying on these part timers unless like Roman Cena and Lesnar, etc. They need to start doing all this 50-50 booking and building new stars of the future. Same with the women. Same with the tag team division. And this is something that this company rarely ever does is create new superstars. They don't establish larger than life characters. But you look at NXT, you got your Braun Breakers, your Roxanne Perez. Roxanne's beloved by the fans. She's like Now this is who the fans everybody likes. These are the fans the little girls like. So yeah, she be Bianca. Even though a lot of people don't like her, she's looked at as that she's looked at as this superhero to the little girls. You know, John Cena, he was looked at as this superhero to the kids. AW Sasha said that. What did Sasha say? King Wrestling. AW creates new stars. W should be taking notes. Yeah. you don't. You got to create. Who's gonna be your future of the company? Honestly, bro. Like I just felt I low key just fell out of love with. I'm gonna be blunt honest. I know I brag about the women a lot, but I just fell out of love with women's wrestling. I just fell out of love with it because of the way it's been booked. Like you're not giving me an ounce to care. It's a shame, and it is, and it fucking it really fucking pisses me off how you have a roster spot for Aaliyah out of all people. Aaliyah has been in developmental for what 7 fucking years, and what has she done that's been relevant? But you decided to fire. Oh, but you want. But the old management decided to fire Dakota Kai. And don't waste these wrestlers' time. These wrestlers could have chose AEW over coming back to WWE. They have proven they can make compelling TV, so they need to do it more often and more women's storylines. Yeah. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. Yeah, something like that. Somebody had to do it. W dropped the ball with Dolph Ziggler and didn't use him in the Rumble this year. Would have been his 15th appearance. According to Voices of Wrestling, Ring of Honor tapings for the first weekly show on Honor Club will be taped on February 25th and 26th. Oh. Yes, Monday Night Raw is in Orlando, Florida next week. So yeah, we just chilling. NXT contract with the USA Network. It ends in it ends in September. I did um oh my god. Vince McMahon will leave WWE post sale if he gives shareholders the most value. Good. Get your ass up out of here. Or translation, they'll go private so Vince McMahon can fire Triple H, 65% of the roster, cancel NXT, give us 2-hour dance off between Shanky and R-Truth on Monday and Fridays. I can't wait. Stephanie Leonard arrives in Impact next week. I'm not joking. Bro, Stephanie Leonard is one of the hottest indie pro wrestlers I've seen so far this year. So yeah. Woo! Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. I'm getting up out of here. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And just a reminder, I will not be live tomorrow for SmackDown, but I will do a review on Saturday. So be sure to come out for that. We went for 3 hours today. 3 hours. That's pretty good. Probably my longest non-watch along stream in a while. But yeah. Well, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on Saturday, man. Love y'all. Take care.